I think we're live.
There we go.
Give me a second till I need to mute my YouTube channel. Give me a second till yeah, because if I don't, I get echoes.
We don't want you feeling like you're in a tunnel.
Yeah, right. So welcome everybody. Welcome to another fun night on Saturday night with one unconditional love through, and say hi to my awesome guest.
Yes.
Okay, let me see. Again, I'm brain fart. Just a minute. Dream Detective Kate. That's
Is that where you were going with? Okay.
yeah, yeah. I was searching. Yeah,
What's your name again?
yeah.
I said that. I said that once to the
Yeah, I'm
minister.
not used to saying that.
Yeah.
But
Thanks for having me, Ron.
you're
I'm
welcome.
glad to be here. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
So I want to say hi to some people in the chat. Lizzie Rhodes, Wendy. There's a lot. Teresa here. TK. Let me see. Esther, Lisa, Paula. Oh my God, there's quite a few people. They're coming in. Alana Intuitive is here. I did her free reading today on Zoom. So she wanted
nice.
a reading with me for 30 minutes. So it was fun. She's awesome. Also, Wendy. I said Wendy. I have to scroll down. So I got all these controls to do as we heal each other by Pirette White. Welcome everybody. Sharp Lisa is in the house. Miss MS Steve. I just saw him a while ago because I was live with somebody else a while ago and said, "You're all over the place. How can I ask a question?" Leslie King's in the house. Cat Mama Meow. Lisa Foster's here. And so we got all these wonderful like-minded beings in the house. Let's see. I'm going down. So, okay. Meanwhile, I'm going down checking the list here. Can you explain a little bit what dream? Oh Jesus, I'm forgetting.
That's okay. It's
Dream
confusing.
Detective Kate. I just thought, I said, oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, Dream Detective Kate.
So cute.
How did you get into this?
Doing the dream work?
Yeah. How did you get that? And did you start that when you were young, or did you?
I always had a fascination with dreams. I always had people coming to me and asking me what I thought their dreams meant. And it was always kind of out of the blue. It wasn't like something I was walking around going, "Hey, tell me your dreams." They would just come to me. But I've always had a spiritual path. So I'm one of the lucky ones that walked around happy all the time, knowing that I was connected to source, knowing that there was so much more out there than some of the other people that I knew would even acknowledge, because I was experiencing it. I was experiencing it from a very young age. And so fast forward to Allie from Heart and Soul Connected offered a dream class, and I was very much intrigued. And so I was always only in the chat, and I started out in the chat as Kate and my last name. And then one of the hosts kept calling me by my real last name. And I was like, no, hold on. I got to change that. So then I became Kate, just Kate. And then after the show, Allie said, would you like to do a show with me about dreams and dream interpretation? And I said, sure. And so we just took this leap that said, let us help you understand what's going on. Yeah. It is a form of connection, a form of communication with angels, guides, loved ones, ancestors, and source. So if during the day that isn't coming through loud and clear, then start by doing it at night. Start by doing it in the dream realm, where it's easier, it's softer. It can also be really nightmarish, and I'm a firm believer that the nightmare is so that you will remember. It's not there so that you will be frightened.
Okay.
So the messages that repeat again and again, it's kind of like school. Were you paying attention the first time? Because the first time we gave it to you easy, and then we're going to get a little harder and a little more scary.
Oh
And
yeah, right.
so, right? So, so having the basic understanding or fundamental understanding that these are loving beings trying to help you, trying to guide you, trying to give you information so that you can have less um, anxiety, worry, doubt, fill in the blank, because all of those resources are available from guides and angels and loved ones. And so it became this discovery and adventure of, discovering what is there, how does it work, what can we do, what can we learn there, what other things can we do in the dream world. So it's really been fascinating, very, very exciting to have things confirmed, and people from across the country saying, "Hey, I'll meet you in Paris in 1815, and
This
we'll
is
have an adventure." And then to have it be real, and have them say, "Oh, remember when we did this?" And I'm like, "Yes." So it has opened up all kinds of doors. But again, it's based in the knowledge that we are loved
yes.
beyond, and we are loved beyond measure, and that there's so much support, because walking in these human vessels at this time on this planet is difficult. And so we are given all this support that is, just a question away. It's just a request before you close your eyes. Um, and and I'm super excited about where it's going. So did I talk too long, Ron? You're awfully
No,
quiet.
no, no. It's I'm listening and I'm impressed by that because exactly what I thought it would be. You're explaining it, but I think there's a need for people to understand their dreams. There is
Yes.
the need. I know I had it, and when I had a dream, the last one I had, I don't. If I remember a dream, it's because I need to know. If I don't remember, I don't. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
So I don't try to force it and say, Jesus, I can't remember my dream, blah, blah, blah. I never dream. I don't look at that way because at one time, my my dream was the last one I was my grandfather that came through. And he died when he was 77 years old. And in my dream, I saw him walking in the field, coming in the field, and he wasn't 77, he was 45, around 40, 45. And I was wondering, geez, I never dream about my grandfather. Why would I dream about my grandfather? So as I went to see another reader, the other reader told me about that dream is because uh, one of my aunts, was often sick. And while she was sick, I was always the one going to see her in the hospital. I was the one, besides her children, it was me that was it. She was my godmother anyway, so I
Oh,
was there on the phone listening to her and everything. I was
yeah.
always there supporting.
Right.
So this person said to me, "Your grandfather showed up." I didn't even know she died because I knew after I
Wow.
had the dream. So he showed up to tell me, "Thank you for being there for my for that's what the reader told me." And I said, "Okay, that resonates with me."
Yes.
Yeah.
And that brings up a really good point, Ron, when you said it resonates, because a resonance inside you, when something is a match, then it resonates. If something feels uncomfortable, if it feels like, well, wait a minute, no, or if you suddenly have a question in your mind, then follow that intuition and find out what the real answer is. But your uncle coming to see you and saying thank you is a beautiful dream. I
Well,
mean,
my
it's
grandfather was my grandfather.
grandfather, sorry, I'm so sorry.
It's
But
okay.
that's a visitation dream where it's actually the real soul of the person
Yeah.
coming through to
Yeah.
communicate with you, because we are always connected. each person that we love, each time we love someone, we form this connection, this bond,
Yeah.
a link, an energetic link that will always bring them to you or from you when you think about them, when you have a memory of them, when you're in a dream with them, because that love will continue. It just absolutely continues forever. And
It goes on and on.
on and on and on.
And
Yeah.
you think, well, I lost this person died. I lost. No, you didn't lose them. You lost them physically, but
Yeah.
soul and spiritually, you never.
You're right there.
You're always connected. And I remember my mom passing in 2000. I was beside her bed,
Oh,
holding
wow.
her hand when she took her last breath. I even heard it, the last breath. I was sitting in the chair holding her hand. It was 5 o'clock
Wow.
in the morning. Like they didn't give me nothing. I just sat in the friggin' chair all night, and
Wow.
she took her last breath. And while she was taking her last breath, she sent me a message through my hand, well, a hand I was holding, and it was all about excitement, party time, freedom.
She did it.
I felt all that, and I couldn't say a friggin' word because he said, "You're nuts." I mean, I couldn't tell everybody else about that. I never spoke to about that, but she knew I would understand.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
so
Yes, absolutely.
it's quite a message though to get.
Mhm.
What the hell? But I sort of intuitively understood why she sent me that because she knew I knew because I had the near death experience. That's the way it works on the other side. When you're received by your loved ones, your ancestors, name it. And why that? Oh, I'm excited because she saw people she hadn't seen for a while, and all of a sudden she felt the freedom. All of a sudden, all the love, the unconditional, pure, unconditional love. I know I've been there, so I know about this. So that's why.
Yes.
Yeah,
It
amazing to get that. And now I
is.
talk about it.
It is.
Then
It
if
is
I would have talked
amazing.
about it, they would have put me in that.
Oh,
They would have judged me severely for saying that because, what you wanted your what the hell is that? They think I would be disturbed by my mother's death or cracking up or something because they don't understand this language. I do.
mhm.
You know what I mean? They,
Yes, I do, absolutely. I had a similar experience with my father when he passed.
I
Yeah.
thank you, Wendy, for your super chat. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wendy. How sweet.
You're kind. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Somebody said here, I get a lot of dreams with my favorite soap opera stars. They are all my friends. Love it. Good vibes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so
Uh,
sweet, Anita.
but dreams are important because I remember. Okay, because I gotta tell you some stuff because oh, by the way, Kate is your first time on my channel, so welcome, big welcome for her. It's her first time coming live on my channel, so there you go. Because I used to dream when I was a kid, like somebody was pursuing me, and I fell off a friggin' cliff, and I was going all the way, like falling off, like really, really, for a long time in the air, and I woke up. It's like what do you call these these dreams you get like um, I know how to say it in French, but I don't know how to say it in English.
How do you say it in French?
Let me see. I don't remember. French.
Are you talking about a premonition?
Well,
A warning?
it's more like
Like a
before
warning?
small, like like it dramatizes me. Like wow, it was fear based anyway. Okay,
Mhm.
like I'm
Mhm.
falling. I don't know where I'm going to fall. Then I don't know what's happening. It's like it's very insecure, like drama, and it kept coming back several times like that. And one day, it never came back.
Right.
And I believe that's because I did the work inside uh, myself, and I didn't let that. It didn't mean any meaning. At least at least I got rid of that thing because it was fear based. I know it was fear based. It's like I was fearing somebody that really I was victimized by that person.
Yes. You
That's
know, being chased is an interesting development within dreams,
yeah,
because sometimes they're trying to tell you something
yeah.
and they want you to stop and turn around and ask,
Hmm.
what do you want to tell me?
Well,
You know, instead of facing it, instead of running from it,
yeah,
because most times it's an unknown reason for why you are being chased,
yeah.
right? And the chasing can often represent someone dominating your life over you,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Pushing you to a place where you don't want to go, or giving you the impression that something very awful is going to happen. I found it really interesting when you said that you were floating.
Yeah, I was floating.
You were
I didn't hit.
floating. So
I was.
you
I
didn't
was.
actually hit the ground.
No, I didn't
Right.
hit. I was floating all the way down, and it was pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
high. I
funny.
mean, it wasn't. It wasn't just a small drop. It was like
Floating.
over a cliff. I mean,
Yes.
cliff can be
Yeah.
high or a mountain
Right.
or whatever. I don't know how to explain it, but I understood why because I'll tell you what I thank you so much for your donation. Uh,
Athena, thank
because you
you.
know why? One time, well, who I'm talking about is my stepfather who really
Oh, okay.
abused the hell out of me, and he had these friggin' issues. You never know you're going to get killed. I had guns on my face and knives, and I've seen the horrible things, but I know I'm not going to go into all the details. But one time, I actually have a memory of that. We went on a building so high, all three of them, my mom and him, on a building, and he was mocking his wah 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 like this, and I'm small. And guess what I did? I walked right to the edge and looked down, and they were scared like crazy. I would fall off. They went,
Right.
"Oh my god!" and grabbed me and pulled me back because he did. He grabbed me and pulled me back. But that's to prove I had faced my fears. I never got the friggin' thing to come back to me, Like,
That's
and
wonderful.
I faced him one time and I told him, "You're never going to touch me again or I'll kill you, son of a bitch." Because you get to that point where everything snaps. The fear and the everything takes over. And when you get to a point, high intensity, it's either you kill me or I kill you. What the hell? Bang! It snaps. What really happened is my fear left me completely, and I never had it again. He
Yeah.
backed away. The
Yeah.
bully backed away,
Yeah.
and I'm only a small little guy, but the
Right.
energy just got boom, and he went. Oh my! He backed right away, and never did he attack me again in that
Wow.
way.
Yes.
He still attacked me
Because
with
of your shift. Yeah.
words and mockery and all this. That's what they do. These bullies are son of a bitches. They can. When people talk about Trump, I know what it is because I live with one.
Yeah. I'm so
Okay,
sorry.
it's
But you
same.
know what? That's an amazing confirmation that the
Yeah,
shift within you, where you made the change, made him shift as well.
yeah.
So a lot of people are always asking, why doesn't he do this, or why doesn't she do that, or she needs to change, or he needs to change, or I'm in this pattern in my relationship where it just keeps happening over and over again. Well, then you need to be the one to change.
Mhm.
Don't wait for the other person to change. You change within yourself, and the situation becomes different, and therefore it changes the situation.
Yeah,
So
but
it's been
I
you
was a
had
child. I was a child. I wasn't even an adult, and I had to live through that. And
yeah,
the only way to survive, I tell you
yeah,
how I survived because I'd be a unique son. I don't have brothers or sisters. I went. What saved me was nature. I go in the bush. There was bushes. I go in nature.
okay,
When all this violence and everything, I get away because the images is ugly. Like
right, yes,
all my young life like that. And I went into nature and sat there and watched the birds, the rabbits, the bugs. I played with there was a little swamp there, and I played with the frogs and things like that. I just watched life go on,
Wow.
and it saved
Yeah.
me.
Yes. Reconnected you.
Yeah, and that's
Reconnected
why I
you to
love
the ground.
nature so much.
Yeah.
Nature and me go together. So really,
I think you've had a lot of angels around you for a very, very long time,
yeah,
Ron.
yeah.
And they probably were the ones helping you float off of the cliff.
Yeah, that's what I
I
was going
love
to say now. But
that.
I was waiting for you to say it. Yeah, right.
Yes,
Yeah,
because our angels do that.
yeah,
So when, when things are feeling off and suddenly you have that sense of peace and you have that sense of warmth,
yeah.
that's an interaction with your angels. That's an interaction with the universe saying, we got this and we got this for you.
Mhm.
And you are going to be totally okay. But I have to tell you, Ron, your story inspires many to have courage, to access, that place inside them that says, you know what? I don't want this anymore.
Yeah,
I want to do something different, something better, something that is from love. And that is the tremendous gift that you give everyone when you share your stories, Ron.
because I can understand women that are in that position, getting bullied or telling, trying to get away from their their bully, whatever,
Right,
relationship, how they
right.
feel, because I felt that,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
takes over like crazy. I mean, I was a kid, but I can imagine. I know the feeling, so I know when people say, "Well, these women trying to get away from their narcissists or their relationship, or a guy that's controlling them." I know the feeling,
Hmm.
and you know what? That's if I can help somebody. Uh, as soon as you start communicating your story to others, you're starting to heal.
Yes. You're healing yourself as well as them.
Yeah,
That energy, that reciprocity of healing is a connection that continues. It's a beautiful thing. I think there's so much more going on in the world than we give credit for what's actually
yeah,
happening,
yeah.
you know?
I mean, I'm amazed. I I'm amazed at what's going on in my life today, and I mean, I'm so comfortable being who I am. I mean, I couldn't talk about these things before because I was full of them, full of stories and things like that. That because these programs were in my friggin' head and repeating and repeating, and I had to work on myself so much, and meditation helped me to
Mhm.
discover, to become aware. Geez, that's a program. That doesn't belong here. Bang, bang, bang. You know what the rest? And eventually, oh, like this person that abused me, I said, that's their issue. That doesn't belong to me. You take it back. Bang, I'm taking my power back. That was it. I said it and I meant it. And wow,
Yeah.
I felt like, oh my God, I was floating all over the place. Yeah.
It's amazing how things can that quickly,
Yeah,
boom, that
yeah.
quickly can change and can be that much so much better immediately. It's wonderful.
It's so amazing, and I can't explain the feeling, but when you become who you're meant to be, and you're setting the uniqueness you are, the value you are, what a feeling to feel that. What a feeling to be actively alive and feeling that. And it's been a long journey for me, but I'm there now, like, so I'm there. Whew, I didn't think I had that much value. I didn't think I was valuable. Now I'm
Oh.
starting to see the value I have in ways I never saw, because everything's open up for me.
Mhm, mhm.
But I think everybody can get to that, but you have to do the work. There's nobody else who's going to open the doors for you unless you are willing to. We're here for support, but you
Yes.
guys, you have
Yeah.
to do the rest of the work, because I can't do it.
Absolutely. You have to do the work. But there is support available. There are people that can help ease some of that toughness. There's a really old saying that a man says, "Show me the way to true enlightenment." And
Mhm.
the guy that looks like the hermit card points in a direction. So he walks off and he falls in this great big cavern. He
Yeah.
crawls out of the cavern. He goes back to the wise man. He says, "Hey, I thought I was asking for the way to enlightenment." And he points his finger the same direction. So again, the guy takes off, falls down into the same cavern, but this time he falls even further, breaking a couple of bones and, ending up in mud, and climbs his way back out. And now he's really mad. And he says, "Hey, I was asking for the way to true enlightenment. What's the deal?" And he says, "You got to go through the muck to find the true enlightenment."
That's right.
Because if we all ran around, with nothing going on and nothing to get through and nothing to allow us to learn how to believe and allow us to learn how to trust and allow us to learn how to connect with each other and with all the resources that we have, I think the planet would be kind of boring. And the challenge and the challenge really is to understand that there's a gift inside each one of those lessons, so that if you can look back and go, wow, if I hadn't learned that, then this wouldn't have happened or that wouldn't have happened. And that feels really, really good to know that you've gotten through something, you're on the other side, and now you know how to help someone else. Extend your hand out and help pull them through. Because there's nothing more beautiful than connecting with each other and explaining and understanding that we are so loved. This is meant to be a really good experience.
We come
So,
from a pure unconditional love, by the way.
absolutely.
We're
Yeah.
created in that atmosphere. And we are spiritual beings before becoming human on this human journey.
Yeah.
And every time I went through something, now I look at it, when you're going through it and you have difficulty, like
Right.
Jesus and painful and that, you don't look at it that way, but it's a
Yeah.
gift.
Yes.
Another
And it
gift.
can be
Another
they
gift.
can be
Another gift.
really, really hard. Yeah.
And today I see everything and look, if I hadn't have gone through that, I wouldn't be awakened like I am now. Or
Right.
I wouldn't realize, oh my God, this is a beautiful, beautiful thing to be able to breathe and be who
Be
you are without
who
copying
you are.
anybody. You know what I mean?
Nobody
Please,
else would be
everybody's
you.
trying to be somebody else. You
You
see
know,
how yeah.
there was a time in my life, Ron, where I was so depressed that I actually felt
Yeah.
like I should be gone. I wasn't actually planning how to do it, but I knew that I had a hard time getting out of bed. I was crying for 6 months, and
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
children were taking care of me rather than me taking care of them.
Yeah.
And
I
I
can
had
understand.
this experience where my daughter was driving ahead of me. I was following her, and I had this experience where I was questioning, how do you know when someone loves you? How do you know that? That question kept going in my head. And all of a sudden I was inside this cartoon cave where I saw these flames, and they were all these different flames with different colors. And as I looked around the cave, I knew that that one was from my mom, and that one was from my dad, and that one, I could go around the cave and I could identify who the flame belonged to, and I knew that that was the love they had given me. And they'd given it to me not because I bought it or because I earned it or because I bribed it out of them. It
Mhm.
was something that was laid at my feet and given to me without question, without needing it back. And it served like this energy resource. And then right in the middle of the cave was a cartoon older man with like two wispy hairs going over the side of his head. And he looked up at me and he said, "I wondered how long it would take for you to get here." And
Oh,
it was the most beautiful thing,
mhm.
because at that point, the epiphany told me that the love we share is ours forever,
Yes.
that it can restore us, it can heal us, it can provide energy when we are like not even able to get out of bed. And it was the most gorgeous thing that it didn't matter. I knew that if I was alive or dead, that I would still be able to love in either condition, right? I would be able to, and that they would be able to as well. And my daughter had pulled over the car, and she got out of the car, and I got out of the car, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I have to share with you, the most amazing thing just happened to me." And she said, "Mom, we're late and lost, and I don't have time for your foo-foo. So could you please just help me figure out where we are?"
Yeah,
Oh
right.
my gosh, it was amazing. And I think it took her about 20 years to ask me what that thing was that I had on the side of the road that day following her through the mountains. But, we are connected like that. And sometimes out of the most deepest, darkest sadness,
Yes.
you can turn on a dime. It
Yes.
can turn on a dime. You can tap into that love that's there. It's waiting. It's always there. It's been there forever. And change and shift and pivot and become okay again and become happy and allow that joy to flow back inside. I know that after that day, I was never the same. I
Mhm.
was never the same.
What kept me going is what, yeah, I had a near death experience, but doesn't mean I didn't have any difficult things to go through. I did,
Right.
but and sometimes I would think about that, and I said, I wanted to be there because it's so amazing there. But also, you mentioned something about depression, and it reminded me something. At one point, I did a burnout. I had a burnout. So when I came to the psychiatrist, there was, I think it was sort of a center for, I don't know, depression or something. Somebody, I went there, and the person talked to me, a psychiatrist talked to me, and he asked me one question, and I just couldn't answer. He said, "Who are you?" I went, and all I could do was tears falling on my face, tears running down, running down. He said, "Oh my God, you need to you need help right now." So he brought me in. I was there for a couple months.
Yeah.
Then when we had exercise where I was there, he was he planted a chair, an empty chair in front of me, and started me talking to the friggin' chair, which was talking to my programs, which were repeating and
Yep.
creating this depression, this burnout,
Yep.
these these images repeating themselves. And
Right.
I was back and forth, back in it. It was, it's like a
Yeah.
cassette, and had to stop the cassette. So he actually made an exercise where there was others with me in there watching
Right.
me talk to a friggin' chair. Now that's a little bit weird talking to a friggin' chair. There's nobody there, but I was actually talking to uh, my friggin' program that was repeating itself.
Right.
That I understood. All of a sudden, I snapped out of it. I understood, and I started helping other people. They were all looking at me, and I was starting to helping other people while I was there. Other
Right.
people in the
Wonderful.
situation, and I
Yeah.
said, "Oh my God!" And the thing turned right around, and ever since then, I've been the journey kept on going, going, going. It's been years, but still,
Yeah.
it's releasing, 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 understanding. And I'm not the only one that's been filled with this stuff. Everybody
Yeah.
is,
Yeah. The
especially,
programming. Yeah.
yeah,
Which is what,
especially
yeah. Yeah.
when you're young. You're like a sponge. You take everything on. Oh yeah, and you take your ancestors the way they are, their mom, your dad, or whatever. I was raised by two alcoholic parents, so Jesus, that was tough to go through
Yeah.
that.
Must have been very tough.
It was very tough,
Yeah.
but guess what? I'm here.
Yeah.
I survived. And
You
there's
know,
a reason behind that. That's why I'm doing the channel today.
yeah,
That's why.
absolutely. So we are all grateful for everything that you went through so that you are here with us
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah.
Yeah. It's
Because I'm not
amazing.
the only one. There's a lot of people out there, and I don't, you know what I mean. I feel like an ordinary person, just like you
Hmm.
guys in the chat. We
Hmm.
all have stories. All we need to do is come together, share our stories, because that's the beginning of healing and
Yes.
helping each other. Share the love between each other. Share the light. That's all. That's why I'm doing the channel. Nothing more, nothing less. Just that.
Yes. Absolutely. And
That's
it's
what.
beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm so grateful that this kind of things started happening,
Yeah.
because before this, I don't think there really was community of being able to share and connect. So, having it now is really, really wonderful. And when you're in the chat, and I don't know if you all realize this, but your energy comes through to us. as much as what we're saying comes through to you. And so, part of the vibe and the collection of the vibe is the continuity between chat and between us
Mhm.
that creates a really beautiful environment to have these kinds of interactions and learning and dream interpreting.
Yeah, right. You know,
Or whatever it is we're doing, right? Exactly.
but my mission is not my mission or my whatever I'm doing is not just reading tarot cards. It's more than that.
Yes.
It's divine intervention from one connection to another. That's
Yes. And that's very well put. It is because people will ask me, well, do you do other things than just, do the dream interpretation? Sure. I
yeah.
do mediumship, I do channeling, I do tarot. It's all part of accessing that information that maybe doesn't come through any other way. So it comes through and then it's a beautiful thing. Helps lift everybody, helps feel connected. It's a really wonderful
It,
time to be celebrating the gifts.
yeah, it's a language of the heart. It doesn't come from up here. It's language from the heart, And we're all human beings, no matter what race we are, no matter if you're French or not French or English, you're what. It doesn't matter because the whole world, the whole humanity, we're all part of it. Okay. There's one thing that, well, whatever these people are doing, racism and all this stuff, it shouldn't exist because we all have red blood, no
Mhm.
matter
Right.
what nationality you are. And it's all ego based. Anyway, all this stuff is like this is this is dying. This stuff is dying, it's going away. And eventually will be erased from humanity because we're climbing up the vibrations. The more we do it, the more we are getting away from this stuff.
Mhm.
And that's what I'm trying to transmit is unconditional love. And it's not the same as conditional love. No,
Right.
uh, there's no I'm right, you're wrong. There's nothing, none of that stuff. Because
Yeah.
conditional love is, oh, I'm right. Nobody's dominating another person because we're all free. We all want freedom.
Right.
And on the other side, I can explain something. When you transit on the other side, there. Oh, somebody asked me. I missed the question because I'm talking when I'm doing this. It's hard for me.
Yeah.
So when you reach on the other side, I can tell people because I've been there. You're so honored. You're so loved. You're so connected. You know everything. Uh, it's a lot different than what it is here. There's no
Mhm.
judgment. There's no condemnation. I tell people there's no hell either because I didn't see it. I never saw that. I saw pure unconditional love. The communication I had was telepathically. They gave me that I know I had free will. So I had the choice. They gave me that choice and whatever. I came back. But there was a
Yes.
reason why I came back. So
Yep.
that's
We
why.
need you here.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, that's how it is. And you're so honored and loved on the other side. You can't imagine how much. I mean, if you felt it the way I can feel it, I'm used to it. But if you felt it, you would your tears you would have tears in your eyes. How much that energy it belongs in your soul, your uniqueness, and everything. You're honored by every person is unique and honored that way, and
Mhm.
it's all connected. So, I mean, you do have life review, but you don't go. Some people think you go to hell. No, you don't go to hell, but you got a life review though. It's not what you think. It's not like
Right.
religion
Right.
puts it out there. It's not that God's going to judge you. No, it's not going to be judge somebody sitting there on judging a bunch of people judging for what you did except yourself
Right.
because whatever you did, if if there's something you did, you will feel every ounce of it, whatever it is. So that's the way I can explain it. I can't explain it otherwise. So the more you share love, the more you express your love around other human beings on this earth, it really, 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 really counts when you transit on the other side, because there are levels,
Mhm.
vibrational levels, just like in the, how can you explain it? Like in the company, you have and uh, the more you use the love connection, the higher the vibrational uh, levels. Y- I don't know. It's hard to explain that, but there are levels.
No, you're
There are
doing just
lower
great.
levels and higher levels. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And the more that we practice that loving vibration, the more that we extend out love to everyone, everything, then you get to experience the gifts from that, which are like
Mhm.
joy and peace and kindness, where it keeps coming back in, generosity, um, being just gentle, right? Charity, all of those things start dropping in. And there's such a soft sweetness to all of that, that the minute you start to go down or hear something or sense something or feel something that's not in that realm of higher vibration, suddenly you don't feel so good.
No, you
and
don't.
you
No.
really want to go back in, because
Mm,
that's where your body and your spirit are used to living now.
yeah.
So if they're always living in that space, then there's a craving for it. There's a need to give it. There's a need to expand out and have that come back in to you, because whatever we put out, we get back in.
Mhm.
So if we are extending love to everything and everyone, what comes back to us is all the gifts that are inspired and come from being loving and from being a loving spirit experiencing the earthly journey, which is tough. It's
Yeah,
a
but
tough journey.
I gotta admit that, okay, my name is Ron Unconditional Love. I know about unconditional love.
Yep.
Part of I don't know the whole story, but I know part of it because I I've been there. It
Yep.
goes through me, but I
Right.
know one thing about practicing unconditional love. I'm still human, and when somebody pisses me off, I to practice unconditional love because your ego wants to get in the way. Rah, rah, rah. And sometimes you just go, I try to take a breather or walk away if you can, but
Right.
sometimes you just tell somebody else when you're stepping on my fucking toes or whatever. You know what I mean? And yeah, well, it's not easy, and that's not part of unconditional love. But I mean, it's a challenge. It's really a challenge when you're a human
I
being.
think there's nothing wrong with having solid boundaries, where if someone is stepping on your foot,
No,
then it's probably okay to tell them to get off.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
probably okay, but
probably
some
okay.
people, they come in your face and they push you so much right
Mm,
to the border
yep,
or borderline. And
yep.
like I always explained when I was young, pow, it snaps, and you just can't. Geez, you can't go. Oh, I love you. What the hell? I mean, I don't think so. It's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
Anyway.
was there was a while back where we were trying to figure out, even with what you say when you're listening to something that's uncomfortable or
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
agree with, and then for a long time there was an awful lot that was going on that was really easy to react to rather than respond to. And so at one point I looked at my husband, I said, you really have to stop saying that about that person. You need to just flip it around so that it's not so negative. And so we just started saying, well, bless his heart. And that became, we were putting it out there, but,
Yeah.
it really wasn't what we wanted to be saying. But at the same time, it made us feel better and lightened the situation. So,
What I do if somebody stresses me to a point where, but I'm not face to face, and it affects me a little bit personally or emotionally, or I said, Jesus, I don't understand why that person did that to me, or blah, 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 blah. I just say, sometimes I go, okay, send it to the universe, take care of it because I can't handle this shit.
Which is perfect. Yeah,
And all of a sudden,
absolutely perfect.
everything,
Changes.
it's the solutions is there. I'll say they take it away if they'll take it away, and you said, geez, how did that work? I don't know. Then you see confirmations of that, or we
Yes.
see evidence of that. It's, oh my God, this is amazing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
It's amazing how quickly it can turn too.
yeah, yeah,
How quickly you can see it affecting it. It's like, oh my gosh.
yeah. Anyway, the world is changing. Where I see things happen, but they're still happening, like the Roman time when the Romans had the power on Earth.
Hmm.
I still see that stuff, but it's
Hmm.
dying. I mean, this is energy. The old energy is dying because
Hmm.
the human being has. We're all going uh, towards freedom, our own freedom, because nobody owns anybody. It doesn't matter if you're married or not. So
Right.
it's not because you're married, you own that person. No, that person is sharing your life with you, and you're sharing your life with them. This
Right.
is what we have to understand. Nobody owns anybody. So, and we don't control another person. We cannot control another person.
Right.
Yeah. So that's anyway. Hey, this is interesting. You got going like this, the energy just flows like crazy. I know I missed some question. Paula had a question, but um, okay. If somebody wants to know, explain about their dream, if they have questions for you, they can put it in the chat here. Put your questions in caps so I can start them up there. So I think
Okay.
I have one, JR, but this is a personal question. There's nothing to do with the dreams, but
Okay.
a personal question. I could do this one to see what happens. Put it up there.
Sure.
JR wants to know: do you see me being financially successful, and what career is my calling?
Oh, interesting question, JR.
Yeah, right. Uh,
When I could pull some cards on that, if you want, would that be okay, Ron?
you do what you want. Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
cards or no cards,
no cards.
you can pull your credit cards out if you want. I wonder.
So financially successful is an interesting question because
Yeah.
folks have different understandings. Does that mean that you won't have to worry about finances, or does that mean that you'll have abundance so much that you won't know what to do with it? There'll be so much. So,
Hmm.
So the first card that I pulled for you is called Clouded Formations, Clouded Thoughts, Indecision, and Confusion. So that's what that looks like.
Well, maybe I could put you in the hot seat. Give me a second.
Okay.
I'll show you how to do that.
Okay. You show me how to do that.
There you go.
Okay. So this is clouded indecision, right? Clouded indecision. Sometimes we can have too many thoughts, can overthink something. Oh, this one is sweet. So the next card that I pulled for you was Braving the Storm, Facing a Difficulty, Finding Courage and Fortitude. So that's what this one looks like. She's on a swing. She's still holding on. She's bearing the weight of the rain and allowing it to fall on her. So JR, what I think is happening is that you're in transition. And that something is about to come through for you that may be completely different than what you expected. Something that will make your heart sing. You follow your heart, everything else falls into place. So if the career that you're doing right now is not doing that for you, is not giving you a place of joy, and you can't wait to get there when you wake up in the morning and you have ideas about what's going to happen tomorrow because you've brought it home with you, then take a minute to find out what it is that really does make your heart sing. What is it you love doing? What would you do if it was free? What do you do when it's free? And then make that something that someone pays you for, because then you'll never regret a moment of it. And it'll bring you all of the success, maybe not financial success, but it'll bring you all the success that just keeps everything moving in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult to want to have answers and to keep asking and maybe not hearing clearly. So I would, if I were wanting to make a career change, and I've made a lot of them in my life, I would go to sleep and ask my angels to name the job that I should aim for. Or I would take a class in something that I had an interest in. Or I would study, or watch YouTube videos and find out what it is that just you can't get enough of it. You don't know what time it is. You're not hungry. You're just going because it's something that you really love doing. And we all need everybody to shine and do the things that they love doing. So, sometimes it means stepping outside the box. And you'd be amazed how many people will support you if you mention to them that you're making a change. You're not sure, this or that. And find out if they'd be supportive, even financially, for you to maybe, pool resources. And so it would allow you to exit one area and move into another. I hope that helps you, JR.
Thank you, Kate.
Sure.
So I'm going to put myself in the hot seat.
Come on up here.
Yeah. I'm burning up. Yeah. Like when I do readings, I get right down my back. I get heated up. Yeah. Put it up. And it's not menopause. So JR, okay, let me see. I got some people started up there with their questions. Okay. First of all, I was picking up something like patience is a virtue. Maybe need to practice patience is a virtue. Also, practice gratitude, which can help bring the light to your question, more light to your question. Okay, because you have to follow your heart and your gut feeling, not just what we're saying, but yours. You have to get involved in it. Like Kate was saying, you have to do something that you're passionate about. Your heart speaks to you. It doesn't become an obligation, but becomes a hobby or something that you love to do. You're talking about career, okay? But you need to love doing this, So I have picked some cards. The first one is the Six of Cups. This is a working process, manifesting this, what you want, and things like that. But you have to you have to go with the flow and let the universe serve you. So this is like creating relationships, okay, with other people that you that you're on the same level of understanding, support, towards where you're reaching your goal, whatever you desire. Okay, and I do see the wheel of fortune turning in your favor. Okay, the wheel of fortune is there. The next thing, established. There's messages coming to you. I mean, maybe you're not actually stopping, and quieting your mind down so that you can listen to those questions, those messages come through. This is a page of wands.
Mm-hmm.
And the big messages, the big ones, sometimes they come in your dreams. Sometimes they come through other people that you talk to, communicate with, or sometimes it could be just a little word somebody says and said, "Oh, geez, I understand now." Okay, because it's all about work. You know, uh, this person is working right now. This is the Eight of Pentacles, working on your abundance, your financial situation, which you're talking about, being
Mhm.
successful. But you have to work on it. It just doesn't fall out of the sky and says, "Oh, there you go. You asked for it. Yeah, I give it to you right away." It doesn't quite work that way. It starts by Actually, it starts by being grateful. It's a funny thing. Every little thing you're grateful for, the more you're grateful, the more uh, financial situation what you want will will you'll realize, because the universe is like that. He listens to you.
Mhm.
Okay, and guess what? Uh, you asked about how you like being successful and all that. Well, it's about time you create it. You're the magician. You create
Mhm.
your own life. We all are magicians, and we're all creators in this world. Okay, we have the ability to do that. Sometimes we don't realize that we can create what we want. We're that powerful, by the way.
Yeah.
Just don't know it. Okay,
Yeah.
so I hope that resonated with you, and thank you so much for your question. So I don't know. I'm reading all these stuff in chat, and I'm wondering, I'm wondering if there's a question. I have several up there. So.
So I can just share with JR that there was a time in my life where I knew I didn't want to go back into the job that I had just held, but I wasn't really sure where I wanted to go. And I was having a conversation with my mom, and I was actually asking her to institutionalize me because I couldn't stop crying. And she said, "No, that really wasn't an option." She wasn't gonna commit me. So she said, "What have you always wanted to do?" And I said, I always wanted to be a disc jockey." So we went to the telephone book, and in the yellow pages was a broadcasting school that would
Mhm.
get me my license to be able to be a broadcaster. Um, and we didn't have the money for it. And my mom made a few phone calls, and there was a women's organization that was involved in educating women. And they granted me the money for the program. And the minute about 2 hours after I graduated from the broadcasting school, I was on the air at a local radio station.
Mhm.
So, the possibilities are endless with
Yeah.
what you want. Believe that it can be yours, and it will be yours. Have faith that that is the right answer for you. Don't ever don't ever doubt it. Don't ever say maybe no. Eliminate those words and just say, I am going to do, and you fill in the blank. You fill in the blank
Mhm.
with what your heart desires. And your heart will never lead you wrong. It will always lead you in the right direction. Okay, that is your connection to source. So have faith that it's coming, and that the time that you're not doing it right now is just a waiting period where things are lining up so that you can. Um, and I would love it if you would keep in touch with either me or Ron and let us know, what opens up for you. Share with us what it is that makes your heart sing. Maybe there's someone in the chat that can extend a hand and help you get there. So let us know, okay?
I would add to that uh, by being grateful, you eliminate the lack energy,
Yes.
the feeling of
Yeah.
the lack energy. You know why?
Right.
Because the universe looks at that and it says, if you appreciate the small things, I'll give you more. That's the way it works. I can't explain it other than that.
Yeah.
Explain, oh, grateful for what? Well, grateful for being alive, grateful for breathing, grateful for having electricity, grateful to have a home, a roof over your head. All these things matter.
Yes.
It's not, and it's part of the abundance. It is, you know,
Yes.
okay, while we're on this earth.
Yep.
And the universe is funny. It just keeps on giving to you, giving as long as you show gratitude. But if you think, oh, in the future, when I have all this money, all this successful, I'll be happy. No, be happy now at the
Wow.
moment.
Yes.
That counts.
Yes.
And take care of yourself. Show love to yourself. Yeah,
Right.
it's important to love yourself. How do you love yourself? Live in the moment. Right now. Don't wait till tomorrow, because tomorrow you might not like it. I don't know, but life is like that. Life is. But the more you're grateful, it eliminates the lack, because that thing uh, comes from lack. That's why we say, "Oh, geez, will I be successful? Will I be this? Will I?" There's a feeling of lack in that situation. So that's why.
Hmm. And there are tons of scholarships and aid available if you need financial help for schooling or for whatever project it is that you want to go into, and it can be challenging, but just find something every day to laugh at, find something every day to have fun with, and keep your level high. And say, thank you. I know that gift is coming. Thank you. I know that new job is on its way. And I'm ready for that new job and I'm ready for that new career. And I am open to receiving it. And the universe will say, hey, they like that. I'm going to do more of that. The more that you say that you're grateful for, the more they drop in.
Yeah,
Just like what Ron's talking about.
because you become okay. I can explain that energy. The more you're grateful, the more you become like a magnet to attract stuff towards you. It's funny how it works. I mean, it's magical. It's really, really, that's the way it works.
It is. It does work.
And
And it's
all of a
so
sudden,
much.
people in your path, you meet people, bang, bang, and you start noticing. Oh, this is divine energy. This is divine intervention. This, and this. You start recognizing that. The more you do it, all of a sudden, it keeps following you. And you,
Just keeps
oh
happening.
my God, it's amazing how it works. I can explain that because I went through it from zero till now. So it's really funny how it works. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I hope that resonates with you. So anyway, it's up to you to do the rest of the work. Just let yourself carry yourself. But make sure you love yourself.
Hmm.
Practice love towards yourself. And that's part of it. Being grateful for who you are, being
Hmm.
grateful for being alive, for breathing, for having all the friends you do have, and anything. Just be grateful. And that's abundance right there. So
Yeah.
I can't spell it out any better than that.
No, you did a great job.
Yeah. Okay, let me see. I have another question here. I hope that resonates with you. Grace wants to know, I had a fox and a raccoon on my porch last night. Oh boy. Yeah, okay. For a long time today. I had a hawk sitting outside my window for at least 15 minutes. Any reason for all these animals visiting? Thank you. It's funny you're talking about these animals showing up. Jesus, I have never seen that before. In my backyard, I told my wife, come on, come and look outside. Amazing. Wild turkeys, and they're big. I
Hmm.
mean, they're up close to the house, like big, like, I mean, they must have weighed over 50, 60 pounds or something like that. Like small heads and big bodies, like boom, 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 boom. Jeez, I never saw that in my whole life so close. Yeah. uh, Wild turkeys. Yeah. It makes me laugh because Grace is, she saw, she saw what she saw today. So,
The fox and the raccoon. Well, it's interesting that were they on the same porch or were they on at different times? Because I would imagine they're kind of adversarial. Wouldn't you, Ron? Think that a fox and a raccoon are kind of like Wile E.
mm,
Coyote?
yeah, like the fox would eat the raccoon. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I think he's, yeah.
So
But
my take on that is that they are hungry, and that they know that the energy around your home is safe. So for them to be hanging out and looking to see what the vibe is. I mean, animals are from the angelic realm,
yeah,
and if you ever don't want them there, you can ask your angels to tell them to get off the porch, because angels do our bidding, and they will speak to the animal realm. But as far as the hawk sitting outside the window, I think you must have really good energy there, Grace,
Right.
for them to feel
Somebody's
comfortable.
watching over you from
Yeah,
beyond. Okay.
yeah.
The hawk is a predator too, and
Mhm.
he can pick up a fox, and a hawk is a hawk, and a raccoon,
Yeah.
hunting the fox is hunting the raccoon, and the hawk he can hunt both of them. So
Both of them.
so it seems to me like somebody's watching over you from the other
Mhm.
side.
Mhm.
Put it that way, okay? That's
Mhm.
why. That's the reason why watching you. So
Mhm.
I don't know if you have loved one on the other side that resonates with you. Uh,
Mhm.
what I'm saying. So I believe this.
Interesting question.
Yeah, interesting. And I think the hawk is the loved one, represents the loved one on the other side, protecting you, looking out for you, and for your well-being.
Yes.
Put it that way. Does that resonate with you, Grace? I hope so. she says she says something about what she said. It is the second time
Second
that I
time.
had seen the hawk in a couple months. Yeah.
Mhm.
And hey, guess what? Oh, I just got a hit. Okay. Also, yes, it's protection from the other side. Also, I can tell you something. You're seeing it more often because you're awakening.
You're ready for it.
Yeah, you're awakening. You're more awake than you used to. Well, we all go through that stuff anyway. But yeah, you're awakening, and that's the message that I feel it's coming through for you. So I hope that.
Having the fox around is odd, she says. Yes, it is
Yeah.
odd.
And she said something else. Also, she said something. Thank you, Ron and Kate. A squirrel came by the hawk, and the hawk did not attack it. That's you see it. But yes, it resonates. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, because the hawk is there for you.
Yeah, it's for you, and not for the hunt or eat or whatever.
Right.
It's divine protection. I see it like a divine protection towards you. So and what you can do is when you do see it again, speak to it and thank it. Say thank you. And you might get a response to that in your dreams. Something divine happening around you or something like that. I didn't pull any cards. This is just my feeling that something um,
What?
very, very positive is coming your way. Put it that way, and it's ready to, you know, like laying an egg or laying a foundation or something, or some great news, maybe the great message coming through. Anyway, so that's what I have for you. Pulling cards. Is this the?
Thank you for sharing, Grace.
Yeah, thank you.
Sounds like something exciting is just around the corner for you. It
Yeah,
would be really sweet if you could let us know.
of
Let us
course.
know. Yep. Let
Well,
us
my
know if you.
feeling is positive. It's very positive. It's very enriching. It's enriching your life. Okay,
Yeah.
and it's great that you noticed it, and it wanted to be noticed. By the way,
Right. Wanted to be seen.
yeah, wanted to be seen. So, oh my God, where am I getting all these energies tonight? Wow, it's like somebody lit a fire under my. Whew.
It's all good.
Yeah. So thank you for your question, and we'll go on to the next. When my dad passed away years ago, for a week after everything I dreamed, came true. Then it stopped. Why would that happen? Uh, is it because something that comes full circle? Like it's
Well, let me just ask. If
yeah,
if you knew that tomorrow was going to feel like Groundhog's Day, would
yeah,
you want it to keep doing that?
yeah,
No, you wouldn't want it to keep. You wouldn't want it to keep happening. So the premonition dreams are a level of is another gift where you can see what's going to happen the following day. But I would imagine too that it can become a little overwhelming if it goes on for too long, because you may not want to rest. You may not want to have that sleep that's refreshing, that restorative sleep. And so at some point you may have said, hold on now, maybe we could try doing this a little more paced, a little more in a comfort level that I can handle, because every night for the last week I feel like I'm exhausted when I wake up in the morning, and then it happens, and then I'm more exhausted when I lay down to sleep. So it's a give and take with the learning that you're being given, the gifts that you're being shown. It's baby steps. It sounds like it was a very open time, that you were very open to experiencing it. And in them giving you this look at to what it would feel like, you had the option of saying, yep, I like that. Let's do more of that. Or you could say, no, hold on, Bessie, because it's just too much. But you can always go back into it and ask for that that lid to be opened again from that gift box, and see if it's something that you want to pursue. Premonition dreams can be exciting. They can also be very frustrating, because I don't know if there's anything you can do to change what the premonition dream was. So, was your dad involved in the dream, or was it a timing thing that you noticed that after he passed, you started having this gift? That would be interesting to know too.
well, she also says he had another question or another thing she put up there. She says, my husband always sees deceased loved ones in his dreams. I never do. Why do some see loved ones and others don't? Which is a good question.
It is a good question. So, visitation dreams are when the deceased ones come and visit. You can ask them to come and visit you before you go to sleep. Say, hi, I'd really like to see you. I need to connect with you. And then see what happens. I have a neighbor that says, how come you tell other people that you can see their dad standing next to them, but you don't tell them tell me that you can see my dad? And I was like, well, because your dad's not right there. So if you want to see and I told her, if you want to see your dad, ask your dad to come to the dream. So the next time that I saw her, she said, my dad is just not in my dreams at all. I don't think he's coming at all. And I said, you don't remember seeing him? And she said, no, I don't remember. I don't remember my dreams. And I said, okay, let me ask you this. When you woke up in the morning, were you happy? Because if you were happy, he probably was there. And he was probably in your dreams telling you how much he loves you, how proud he is of you, and how
Mhm.
you're still connected. So they may be visiting you without you remembering.
Yes.
And that's totally okay. If you want to remember, you can make that a request as well. All of the dreams that I've ever had about visitation have been an absolute blast. I didn't want to wake up because they showed me the other side. And when you see the other side, it's like, oh my gosh, it's so
Yeah.
beautiful. It's so, creative, and the colors are bright, and the imagery is fabulous, and the feeling is euphoric. So, it's a matter of understanding, or just asking if they would come and see you, and then understand too that sometimes if you don't remember in the morning, it doesn't mean they weren't there, because they're always there. They're here right now. They're
Yeah.
here with us all. So
I believe too they're visiting you, but the only problem is that you got to stop saying that you don't see them.
yeah, yeah.
When you stop, you have to,
Honesty.
you have to
Yeah.
adjust the dial and raise another tune, and just have faith, belief, and all of a sudden, you know, if they really want to come true, they come true. If it's necessary, they will. You know, but I mean, I wouldn't want to see people on the other side all the time because I'd be tired like crazy. I wouldn't want to live like that. Like have this one in my face all the time. People that pass in my face all the time because it would disturb me because I need to live my life on Earth. You
Right.
know, I need that space. I need that resting time. I need that thing to take care of my material things. And I
Yes.
don't need to be in spiritual, like connected to 240 watts all the time because you know, you just wouldn't be there. You're like, you still have to stay grounded at the same time. So, all the
Yes.
time. Yeah. And
Balance is important.
it's hard to stay grounded sometimes because sometimes when you love that stuff, you really it's like candy. You want to eat it all the
Yeah.
time.
What do you mean I can't eat candy all the time?
Yeah, right. So,
That's too
so
cute.
I hope that answered your question, Atlantic book gal. Atlanta. Okay, let me see. I have another one question there. There was two by that same person. So anyway,
Okay.
but it's the same on the same lines anyway. So the other
Okay.
one I have is be free. How do you see my finances this year? Okay.
I'm going to pull a card, see what we get for be free. Let's see here. Huh.
Hmm.
Okay.
Uh, I I get the feeling your finances will improve, but if there's an adjustment worldwide, it's not just in your area; it's all over the world. There's an adjustment being. Uh, oh, geez, there's a new thing coming. Okay. Yeah, I got your question, Paul. I just saw I missed it a while ago. So, okay. Just how do you explain this freaking thing? It's a current event worldwide where financial adjustments are being made with new energy. You see what I mean? Less, more, more things that will help really people. Instead of being there's a balance. How you create a balance between rich, poor, medium, things like that. There's something new coming along. It's slow, but it has to be done because geez, these people that get away with stealing everybody else's wealth, it has to go away.
Hmm.
It's in anyway. Put that aside, I'm picking up injustice in the world, so that's why. But women should be paid equally to men for doing the same freaking job. Put it that way. That's one thing.
Right.
Yeah. So I believe your finances will improve.
Right. So I pulled a card that's about processing energy.
Yeah.
What you put out, you receive back. And that there's an adjustment period happening.
Yeah.
So as it's formulating, as it's coming into fruition, as it's growing, as it's becoming real again, there is that time where you're waiting for it. And it's, if you want to use the flower analogy where the seed is still under the ground and hasn't sprouted up yet, we're still in that. We haven't come to spring yet. So there's that adjustment period where finances may feel uncomfortable for a little bit longer.
Mhm.
And the other card that I pulled was the dining room table, a date, a social gathering, and nourishment. So take care of you and those around you, and the rest will all fall into place. As you're gathering in the home, as you're celebrating and you're sharing gratitude, the rest of the abundance will fall into. I think your finances will improve. They may not improve in the way that you think they should, but it's available for you. There's plenty for all, abundance.
What
So
I was trying to
I'm more
explain,
grateful.
Grace was said a redistribution
Distribution.
of wealth, which is needed in the world because
Yes.
there's so many greedy people, a percentage of greedy people that just pulls in, and that's why we have these crises.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's
They have
absolutely
enough, but they want more, and then they create this. The they're the ones responsible for jacking up prices and everything, like price gouging,
absolutely. Yeah,
all this crap.
absolutely.
And I talk about it and I get I want to get upset, like, oh, okay, you put that person in my to choke the hell out of them, because what you're doing is wrong. You're taking away from people's well-being when you do
Right.
that. Isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't need that friggin' money. You just greedy. That's all. I think
That's that lower vibration thing, right?
yeah, but there's so much. Okay, I got nothing against people being have wealth, as long as they use their wealth to help others or create something that helps humanity in certain situations, like homeless people, or that's what I'm talking about. That's humanity, like creative centers, so that. But I also think, okay, this is far fetched. I mean, now I'm going way out.
Go ahead.
I'm saying, okay, this is my opinion, or this is my way of looking at stuff. If governments turn around, instead of giving welfare, gives everybody $2,000 basic needs to to be able to help them get what they need to survive in life, or feed them, clothe them, and everything. I think the government will have more money because these people will contribute to the whole society. If you give them that, and it would cost less money, give them 2,000, then instead of pulling the rug out of their feet and giving little amounts of money and letting them starve and doing all this stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
there's a need for balance, for redistribution equally among all human beings.
Mm-hmm.
This is wacky. This is way out of whack. Why would you want? I wouldn't want. I'm talking about billions and billions of dollars and just sitting there. Jeez, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I don't like that life. First of all, and if I did, well, especially with my nature, I would redistribute it to people in need.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that is showing your gratitude when you're doing that. Also, okay,
That's
helping
right.
other human beings. But that is me. What I do, I think like that, but not all everybody thinks like that. Oh, geez, they rather have. They don't give a damn about other people. They're not sensitive to other people's needs,
That's right.
and I am. I
Yeah.
mean, I know that people live in their friggin' cars and work and don't have a home.
Yes. It's a pretty crisis out there for
Yeah,
lots of people. And plus, I think that the whole COVID thing really did, smack us,
yeah, yeah.
so that threw us off, what we were planning on doing of any kind of plans of anywhere. So it's taking a while for everything to readjust, and I think the planet is really adjusting too. So, buckle up. Here we go. It's not easy right now. It's not easy.
No, it's not easy being in this world right now. But you know what? It's amazing at the same time. I'll tell you why. Because for the first time, there's a human race looking at all the stuff they don't want anymore. It's coming up in their face, the mud, the yucky stuff. You're seeing it for the first time, or you go, oh my God. Yeah, it's overwhelming, but it's coming and the light is winning because
Yes.
it's coming to light.
Yes.
It's
And
like,
every time we share that with each other, we boost that light, you
yes,
know,
yes,
every time.
yeah. So that's it's like a opening your closet and you don't have a light. You can't see a friggin' thing, do you? It's in the dark, especially at
Right.
night. Okay? Put a light in it. Boy,
Watch
does
what
the
happens.
darkness disappear. Just like that. Poof.
Mm.
Reason it up, you see everything. That's exactly what's going on. Okay.
Yes.
And it's necessary that these things come so intense that put that stuff in your face. So this is waking up a lot of people. That's the way people are waking up when they have it in their face.
Yes. And you know what happens too, Ron, with that when the light comes on, the
Yeah.
little critters tend to scramble.
They did. Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
like
the wind,
cockroach. Like
you
the
know, the
cockroach.
energy, yeah, yeah, they go all over the place, right? So the energy that's used to being in the darkness and used to being in the, hidden areas, when the light comes up, they scramble, they make a lot of noise, they
Yeah, yeah.
they, want to disturb everything, and they want to find other places where they can crawl into and become dark again. But there's more light, so it's harder and harder for them to find those crevices and those little hidey places, because at that point they have to make a choice, either to join and live in the light, or
Mhm.
I don't know what else, because there isn't any other place to go scramble to. But it is encouraging to know that there are more people on the planet that are light workers, and that those light workers are actually expanding that grid that is more light and more resource and more love on the planet, so that while the planet is making all these changes,
Mhm.
we support the planet as well. That we're giving the energy for her as well. So it's a fascinating time to be watching it all.
Another thing is that people, the people who do have all these, they put all their focus on the value of money,
Mhm.
and that's the wrong place to put your focus on value of money. It has value if it's well used, but I mean, if you use it to pretend that you're better than everybody else and everything like that, well, yeah, you're the one that's creating all the chaos and not sharing your wealth with other people.
Right.
So I mean, this it's time for because what they don't realize, we're all human beings. Okay, one day we're all going to transit. And you can't bring that friggin' stuff on the other side because they don't accept money on the other side. They don't, yeah, and they don't give a damn about your car, your home, or
Your
whatever
fame.
material, or
Yep.
oh look at my dresses, oh look at my clothes, oh my important. You're important, but not the way you think when you get on the
Mhm.
other side. You're important
Sure.
for the light and the uniqueness you are. That's where you're honored. You're not
That's
honored
right.
honored by wealth, money.
Right.
So you're honored by the love, the connection that you have. That's
Yes.
the way it's done. So
Yep.
I hope that answered your question. Jeez, I'm getting. Oh yeah,
You
right on.
are.
Yeah,
I could see it.
yeah, I know, and I'm
It's
giggling
okay.
because wow, these things are pretty
They're
strong.
great questions too. It's a good conversation.
Yeah, because people don't, sometimes they life catch up to them. They wonder what the hell's wrong with my life, blah blah blah. Well, guess what?
Mhm.
we're all the same.
Yes.
No matter when you transit, you don't bring nothing is valued that way on the other side. It's not that it's valued. It's not the money. It's not good-looking wife or good-looking husband. Nothing to do with that. It's nothing to do with all these things. Those are only programs, illusions.
They are illusions.
Yeah,
And they all disappear.
yeah.
Yep.
we're living in a sort of like a fantasy world or something, like the reality behind that is something else. Anyway,
Absolutely.
I
Do you
gotta
have any?
stop.
Okay. Okay. What's the next question?
Yeah, because I can go on for night night after night. Okay, be free. I hope that answered your question. And I still have Leslie King. I have Jan Breck. I have Paula. I have your question. And I have another one from Atlanta, Brooklyn Gal. She put another one up there. So,
Okay.
okay, let me see. Will I get back into, oh, okay. Will I get back into showing dogs soon? Pup still
Perhaps
not
not
eligible.
eligible.
Okay, I believe oh, she's in a sort of,
Hmm.
she's an animal lover, like beyond really strong. Um,
Hmm.
it's amazing.
So, Leslie, I get that there is a change coming, a renewal for you, and that there may be something in blocking the ability to be showing that you'll need to take a look at or discover. Maybe something that's not completely real right now, but that it's going to reveal itself for you, and that in the meantime, to know that that is on its way to being revealed, and enjoy the pup that you have. Um, the other card that I got for you was to fly south. So I'm not really sure if you're like planning a vacation, if you want to go somewhere, but you're nervous that if you go, that this answer might not come through. But I'm getting the impression that a timeout, a time to relax and rejuve is a really good thing for you right now. To take care of you, take care of what you've got going on, and then pretty soon you'll be able to understand what the block is that's preventing you from showing the dogs. I don't think it has. I mean, I would be interested to know if you have others than the pup that you want to show, or if it's waiting for the puppy to grow up. That doesn't seem quite right, but if you could let us know, that would be great. So the answer is
Says
that
I have four at the moment. One elderly. I'll put it on the screen there. Give me a
okay.
second. It says I have four at the moment. One elderly, three middle aged, and 1 year
You're
old. Hard to lead them, of course.
yes,
Yeah.
right. Well, I could take a vacation in my dining room if I wanted to. So
Yeah.
it's not necessarily that you're leaving the house or leaving the dogs, but to take a break, step back from that part of your life, or the regular routine of it for a little while, until it reveals what it is, until something gets revealed to you where you can enter back in. You'll feel refreshed. You'll feel a shift in perception of maybe doing it a little bit differently than you had before. And I think it's going to happen, but I think there's a little pause, just a little pause. So during that pause, do something really fun, do something that you really love, and become restored again, so that the perception is there
Mhm.
when it appears.
What she's saying is something to do is recharge your batteries. The way you're talking, right?
Mhm. Yeah,
Sorry about that. I had to put that out. So anyway,
that's okay.
yeah. So what I have for you, Dr. King, is that I was hearing or feeling you need to negotiate, like a negotiation, like uh, there's there's something not quite, how do you put it, something not quite aligned, or disalignment or something, and you need to negotiate, like, and uh, I don't know who you're dealing with or what, because I believe you were saying you were talking about, will I get back in showing dogs? There's something not quite adjusted for that right now, but um, because guess what I pulled? I got the four of wands. This is like a negotiation, a marriage, a contract, or something uh, where also where there's fans looking what a celebration or something.
Hmm.
That's like showing what you want to do. But I also have the justice card, so I think it's something to do with negotiations to put things in the right perspective, put it that way, so that. Hmm. Oh, she says I haven't shown in quite a while. Okay, so there's things to adjust, balance things out. So that's what I'm getting. But she said I haven't quite shown in quite a while. Instead, I would go out and take videos for people. Yeah. So I don't know if that. I was thinking about you're talking about showing showing dogs soon, like in a dog show or something where people gather around to see activities with dogs or something like that. I don't know if there's some if that you're doing or you're thinking about doing videos, but there's something to be adjusted. And it needs adjustment, balancing things out. So anyway, I hope that resonated with you before I fall off my chair. Jeez. I'm there. I'm following the energy and I'm going like this. You know, I feel like I'm going balancing things out.
So cute.
Yeah, it's funny. So thank you for your question. Let me see. Find that. Now we have Jan Breck. I think she said a question. When I see my son, he's always a young boy too. Not sure why, but it is normal too. I'm not sure if that's the question or what.
Is,
Uh,
is this relating to a dream that she sees her son when he's young? When he's
uh,
a young boy in her
yeah,
dreams?
it could be. I don't know. Hmm. So, Jan Breck, are you still here? Maybe you can shine a light on that. Uh, if it is a dream, well, to me, it seems like a dream. It's like
It yeah.
it seems that way.
Perhaps the question is, why does the son present as a young boy rather than an adult? And yes, that is normal.
Mhm.
Um, because in the many, many lifetimes that we share together, how they present themselves is just a recognizing. It's a recognition. Yes, that's who that is. That's my son, and they can show themselves in any age that they want to. Usually, it's an age that they feel, the most vital, the most healthy, I don't know, the skinniest, the prettiest.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. Um, but for a mom to see their child, they're always going to be their child. He's always going to be the baby, right? Their baby. So maybe that's why the understanding of presenting as a young boy is observance of the mama, in consideration for this is mom. I'm visiting mom
Hmm.
and honoring you as a mom because they're always going to be your baby. So I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like a little bit like my story about my grandfather. He's 77 years old when he
Yeah.
died. and he appeared. He was 40, 45, and I was there. I was surprised to see him in that state, in that form of. He
Health.
seemed real to me,
Yeah.
physically real, but it was in my dream, walking the field. Oh my
Right.
God. Wow. So there's a change in completely. He appeared to me in his best outfit, put it that way, or his best form. So,
Right.
and he comes to you in a child because you have memories of that. He appeared to you as a child because your memories is related to that. That's where you recognize him the most. Does that resonate? Like you recognize him when he was a little boy.
Right.
And it really, really is resonating with you. That's why he appeared to you in that form. If that was a question about in your dreams, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's here or maybe she has left. But anyway, I hope that answered your question. Now we're getting to Paula. She says, "Sorry, I missed your question. This chat is going crazy, and I'm talking." So
Yeah.
anyway, um,
So the week going to be for Paula.
yeah. How is this week going to be for me? Oh boy. Jesus, I just had something. Hang on to your hat. Jesus. Oh my God. I
Because
don't know.
this is the upcoming week to Valentine's Day, right?
Yeah, I said, hang on to your
Wow.
hat. That's the first thing that popped up in my energy. Hang on to your hat. Why? Hmm. Surprise. I'm getting surprises after surprises. So,
Yeah.
oh boy. Yeah. So I don't know if that resonated with you. I'm going to put myself in like this. Yeah, okay. There. Paula said, "Does that mean I need to wear a hat?"
Buckle in.
Oh, hang on to your hat.
Yeah. Well, I got this one for Paula. The intangible, indeterminate, formless, unknowable.
Oh, Jesus, yes.
Yes, right?
You
So
see, that's
something exciting.
that's a heart space. That's your
Yes, it
heart.
is.
So
So I
there
think
it is.
there's
Yeah,
something really exciting. And the other card I got for Paula is the divine feminine. To relax into who you are, to understand that you are the yin to the yang, the receptivity and lunar qualities.
Mhm.
Lunar, I always think about dreams with that one. So I think it's going to be an exceptional week. It'll surprise you.
Yeah, that's what I said. I get the feeling. I didn't pull any cards, but I get the feeling there's a surprises coming up, and I think it's time for you to open up. It
Mhm.
really is time to, you know, have faith and let your heart shine. It is Valentine, but mhm, you're gonna get surprises. You're on your way to getting those surprises. I just wanted to say, Cat Mama, I missed your question. Can you repeat it in the chat because I missed it? So I'll start. We'll take your question. So I hope that resonated with you, Paula. I didn't pull any cards, but I can pull a card. I'll put myself in the hot seat first.
Whee!
Jesus, it's hot here. I'm plugged in.
Awesome.
240 plugged in.
That was fun.
Yeah. But I think it's something you'll enjoy. It's about, yeah.
You're welcome, Paula. I'm
Oh,
excited for you. Something really fun is happening.
look what I pulled.
The star.
This stuff.
Oh, see? Yes.
So
Wonderful.
look at that. Okay. So everything is possible. So that's why I said, I get the feeling, hang on to your hat. If you want to wear one, you can. No, you're free to do what you want, but make sure it has something to hold on to. So yeah, and let us know anyway. So you know what I mean. There's a lot of surprises coming your way. So that's the whole thing. So I didn't
Oh,
see a question, Cat Mom. I'm sorry, I missed it. So if you want to put it back in the chat, I'll really put it back in the chat. Your question. Oh, okay. We have another one here, Flora.
here we go.
A Cat Mom, I got you. I got you. I got you. Okay.
Yay.
You're welcome, Paula. Don't mind my jokes, but okay. I'm always doing jokes about. I was watching Bugs Bunny and all these characters, like Tweety Bird. Oh, I thought I see a pretty cat. I did. So, meep, meep, Roadrunner.
Roadrunner. So
Yeah.
do you know why the Roadrunner always could outwit Wild E. Coyote, Ron? Do you know why he always knew?
Well, he's a lot faster. I don't know.
He is faster, but he also owned Acme. He was the owner of the company that the Coyote
He
kept
was the
buying all the
producer.
things from.
Yeah. He was he's the one that produces the plans. He knew that.
Yeah, exactly.
The other one's too dumb to know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Okay, let me see what I have up here. We have oh, sorry, Captain Morgan. My question from the beginning of the show.
Uh-oh.
My God, I missed a lot. Sometimes
You've been really busy.
It's hard to do both at the same time. Read, take questions when there's so many. The chat goes like this. So, Captain Morgan, if you please put your question in the chat, and I'll
what happens is the chat gets really full, and then it just starts deleting them, so that we can't go back.
We can't go all the way up.
It's gone. Go back to the beginning. So,
so Captain Morgan, please put your question, and I'll start it up. He says yes. The chat moves fast. That's what I'm saying. You guys are talking to each other, and the chat keeps going up and blah, blah, blah.
Going up and up and up and up and up, and yeah. But that's okay because we love that you guys are talking in the chat.
Yeah, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed the show. Anyway, it's normal. Yeah. If you were up here, you know what I'm talking about.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, behind the scenes stuff. I'm not hiding behind the chair though. I'm sitting on it. So, okay, I tell you the ones I do have. I have Atlanta Brooklyn Gal. She has another one. Okay. Oh, that one is. I have. Oh.
Do you have the other one from Shelby?
You mean Cat Mama? I have Cat Mama, Flora, and Atlantic Brooklyn Gal. So.
Oh, it's not in caps.
Oh, it's not in caps.
No, but I can answer the question if it's a question. Shelby Lisa says, my daughter suffers from bad dreams like I did as a child. She is afraid to dream because she says the bad ones come true. So my daughter had night terrors when she was young, and we had to determine when she went down into the very deep REM sleep, how to break the cycle so that she wouldn't go down that far. So it was a complicated process of waking her up. So I had to wake her up at, I don't remember the exact time, 1:45 every morning for a week to break the cycle of how down the dream would go. Because sometimes what happens in dreams is that you cannot find your way back out. You can go down a rabbit hole and not find your way back out, or not understand that the spirits and guides and angels that are there can be called and summoned. Sometimes it's hard to explain that to a child, that they are protected there, but they have to ask for it. So if you notice a pattern in when the dreams become very intense, you can interrupt that sleep cycle by waking them up 15 minutes before they go deep into the REM, and that will retrain their sleep pattern so they're not going into that dark place, not going into that very, very deep place. Helping her to understand that that there are angels there that she can call upon to be with her during her sleep is also a really good way of comforting them, comforting your daughter if she's open to that. Otherwise I would recommend that she meditate on something very pleasant before she go to sleep, some beautiful music, something that she really enjoys that she can identify with, so that those are the images that she has before she drops off to sleep. So I hope that will help, Shelby. It's really hard when it's your little one and you want to help make things better, to find a solution. For me, getting up in the morning, at 2:00 in the morning was kind of like breastfeeding again. Oh no, I have to do, but it was worth it. and she never has had them. She's never had them again. So I hope the best for you.
Mm-hmm. Well, good answer, because you're the one that's expert on dreams and things like that. So
I can only go by my experience.
That's right. I don't have that experience, but you do. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's next?
I'm waiting for Captain Morgan. Captain Morgan, come.
Captain Morgan's still here?
Yeah, he's still here. I'm waiting for his question in the chat. I'm watching the chat. I'm waiting for his question so I can start it up there. Once it's started, it stays up there. I don't lose it. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Sometimes I feel like I need a producer. Like in what's the name of that show? Frasier. Frasier. I need a Roz. Sometimes I call my husband my Roz. Hey, Rozzy, I need you to come over and fix this computer issue because I don't know how to fix it. Oh, yeah.
I was when I was talking about Captain Morgan, I was hearing message. Can you hear me, Major Tom? Major Tom.
Major Tom.
Yeah, Major Tom.
What about a Major Tom? Yeah.
So, and the Herc 213 is here. Jay's in the house. So, hello. Okay, I'm reading the chat and I'm going crazy right here once in a while. Okay, okay, Captain Morgan, when you're ready, put it in the chat. We'll do the next one. I think. Okay, we'll do this one because she was here a while back, and I missed it. So, Cat Mama, meow.
You do that so well.
Wow, I'm used to it. Question: do you see me retiring in near future so that I can pursue my dream job?
I'm so glad you know what your dream job is.
Yeah.
That's half the battle. So
yes,
or half the challenge. We could change that word. I'm going to pull some cards and see what we come up with, if that's okay.
It's more of it's not a job you're pursuing, but you're pursuing a passion that you have. I wouldn't call it a dream job. Put it that way. I would call it more like me. I have a passion. I do this, but I also work wood. So that thing behind me, I built that. That's a Murphy bed I built behind me. So what you see there. So,
yes.
Yeah. So anyway,
if we ever know,
I find it a job. I find it something passionate, something that grounds me, something that I enjoy the smell of wood or things like that. It's not a job to me. It's more like
So, do you want me to share what I have for
Of
Cat Mama?
course, of course. Meow.
Oh.
Here's your question answered.
Come on up. So
Come
the
on
first
up.
so the first card that I pulled for you is Nature Sprite, Fairies, Love of Nature, and Eco-Friendliness. So I don't know if your dream job involves something that is eco-friendly or that is in nature inspired, but the Nature Sprite is knocking on your door. And the next card that I got is Purity, Virtue, Goodness, and a Pillar of Society. So what this says to me is that whatever it is that you're creating comes from a pure place of your heart. It's something that will benefit others. And then the last card, once again, the Divine Feminine, Yin, receptivity, and lunar qualities. I think all of these are saying that yes, that is going to come into play, and it'll be an easy, soft transition for you to pursue this creation job, creating this ability to provide something of beauty, something of purity, something good for others. And that Nature Sprite's going to whisper in your ear how to make that happen. It's awesome. It's a beautiful card. There's no timing on this, but it does look like it's going to flow into an easy transition if that makes sense for you. So that's what I got, Ron.
Yeah, I'm still looking for Captain Morgan, and he said he put it in the chat after I said it. I don't see it. I don't know if what's wrong. I don't see it. It's funny because he said that's where he says, "I Ron, I posted after you said each time." So
Uh-oh. Let me see if
I
I
know
can.
he's talking to other
Yeah,
people, and
yeah.
I see him talking to posting to other people, but not a question to me. I don't see it. It's funny.
Huh.
Something is wow. Do you see it? No. Anyway,
No.
either it's
Let
not
me,
posting or
yeah.
something's just not right. Anyway,
Let me
uh,
keep looking here.
because I kept an eye on the chat and not seeing it. Anyway, okay.
Looks like M. Steve had a question too that we may have lost.
Yeah. Well, geez,
Yes,
this,
the time moves fast.
yeah, Captain
Yeah,
Morgan.
sure.
Yeah, it's so strange. I don't really see. I see you talking to other people, but I don't see a question. And then you said that, and it's funny. It's just I don't really see it. If you put a bunch of emojis around it, I guess maybe I don't know. Uh, so Jesus.
Hmm. I'm looking too. Did you have an answer for Cat Mama about her
I'm
career
doing my
today?
cards right now. So, like I said, it's not
Yeah,
a job. It's more like a. So,
passion.
if any moderators find that question, can you post it up for Captain Morgan? Because I don't know.
Um, let's see.
Yeah, please repost it, please, because Jesus, make it easier for me because I got to do the whole thing. It's not only reading, watching the chat, but also controlling all these start buttons and
Yeah, and the back and forth.
yeah, back and forth stuff. It's not easy. Um, yeah, please repost it, and Steve. So where am I? Okay, I'm getting brain farts. Did you see, JR? We answered your question. I think you were the first one.
Yes.
You were the first question, so you have to probably replay it.
Oh.
She wants to know if she's retiring in the near future so I can pursue my dream job. Okay.
Mhm.
Let me see there because I have to refresh. I'm pulled into different directions. Um, I think the answer is yes. I got the. This is like coming together. You see these two people, or it's like a you and your pursuit for your dream job or your whatever you're retiring is an answer is yes. You come. These two people are coming together. It's like a marriage, They go together, and then I got the Three of Wands. Um, you are also Three of Wands. You see, this person is looking out in. You have the vision. You have the. You're looking out, and you see those ships. They're they seem to be coming towards you. So your dream job, the way you call it, is coming towards you. You're pulling it in, or you know. Let me see, because I'm trying to watch the chat at the same time as reading it. It's like pulling me in. So the next card I got, the answer is yes because Ace of Swords.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's
Nice.
a positive outcome. Uh, it's all is in up to you, what you want. So yes, the answer is yes.
Hmm.
So, and enjoy it and let us know. So, and retirement, it's a good thing to retire and have something to pursue. So
Yes.
I'm retired, but retarded sometimes.
Stop.
But
Oh my
but
goodness.
I've seen people that retired and they sit in the friggin' shopping center on benches and watch people go by. Oh
Mhm.
my God. I find that so sad.
It is sad.
Yeah. Because,
Heartbreaking.
I do the channel here. I work wood. I got something to keep me your whole mind and soul, body and spirit working, like activated. You know what I mean? You
Hmm.
need that. Either
Right.
if whatever you teach something, gardening, or I don't know, sewing, whatever you're passionate about. It doesn't have to be like a job and pulling money, but it could. It could be a hobby, it could be anything. But keep it up, keep that, and don't just retire and sit on it. And Jesus, because your mind needs to be activated all the time. So, yeah. So she says, "Woohoo!" Yeah. Well, you got this. You got this.
You got this.
Yeah,
Mm.
I had faith in you.
Yeah.
Meow. You see,
Yeah.
I got faith in you. And,
My my husband and I were forced to retire. We weren't ready, and the company said, "You know what? We're changing things around. So here's your severance check. You're now homeless and jobless at the same time because we were in property management."
yeah,
Um, and when we finally did realize that we didn't need the alarm clock anymore, and that we woke up saying, "Hey, what do you want to do?" I don't know. What do you want to do?
yeah,
The world can either be white knuckled, or it can be an adventure. Choose the adventure. Choose the thing that says, I'm going on vacation. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but I'm excited because I'm on vacation. If you have that enthusiasm for life,
yeah.
then even the most horrible things, the most horrible experiences can get turned around into something that's amazing. I love waking up and going, I don't know, what do you want to do today? How about remodel a house? I mean, that's what we ended up
That's
doing.
for a job. I've done that,
Yeah, that's what we
and
ended
I
up
mean,
doing.
I found some things that weren't correct, and I had to do that. So,
Yeah.
mm.
Yeah. It's a task.
Yeah.
Constantly cleaning. My Roomba is my favorite friend because the Roomba can run around and pick up all the dust and everything else that I don't want to step on. So, you
Oh,
know, make it an adventure. Make it an adventure. Be excited.
yeah. Put music. Roomba, Roomba.
Now, he might get ideas. He is a
Well,
composer.
I don't
So,
have a Roomba, but I have a shop bag, and sometimes it's me that
yeah, it
does it,
is.
or my wife does it. So anyway, and the dog. When you have a dog, you hear all over the place.
You- It's
Yeah.
nice to have that gone. Yeah. I am not seeing the
Okay.
question.
Now I have. Oh, jeez, where did it go? Come back here, you freaking. Okay, I got your question, Captain Morgan. Woohoo! I have your question.
Yay.
Yeah, it's about time. The connection was made. There you go. And okay, Ralph, thank you, Tracy Ralph, for putting that up too. She copied it, and I saw it twice, so that now I'm getting it.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you, Tracy.
Is Captain Morgan? It is working. It is. Well, anyway, you know, you ever get a channel and you come up here, you'll see what it's like to do this and do reading and check this and talk to the other one and do, reading is like focusing on the person's question. When you're attracted, it pulls a little bit on, on your question. Anyway, it doesn't happen when you do private readings though.
No.
It's different, quite different. And, you
Yes.
don't have the whole chat. Imagine, Linda G. I'm a moderator on her channel. Sometimes I've seen 5,000 people live in there on the chat.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this crazy stuff goes. I'm trying to say hi to everybody. I'm not. Anyway.
No, it's too many. It's too massive.
Yeah, and I do have something to do with Steve. I think I have you up there too. So let me see. I think that's it for tonight, though. We're going to stop the questions because we're going to be here all night. It's fun. I'm enjoying this stuff, but I mean,
yeah.
I
It's
don't
not
know.
too late where I am.
No.
So that's cool.
Oh, okay, fine. I don't mind. I'm just enjoying the time we have together. So, and
Yeah,
all
me too.
we have, yes. Anyway, I'm just going to put that up. She said, has anyone in the chat ever had a dream that has continued, that has only happened to me once?
Yeah. Yes, I've had that happen. Especially if it's a really good dream.
Especially when I dream that I have to take the garbage out, and I dream it again. Oh, it's about time I take the garbage.
Take the garbage out. Yeah. Yeah.
Something like that, eh?
I don't think it happens very often for folks, but I know that it does happen.
Mhm.
It can happen, and you can actually ask for it to happen. So, yeah, it does.
What people don't understand, when you look at the start questions, you have to click off. You're not on live. Then to see the comments again, you have to click back on live. They don't understand how it works here, but it
Oh,
does.
wow.
Yeah, you can see the questions if you up above. You see comments up above.
Yeah.
You click on that, you can see them. So
Yeah.
anyway.
So I see Steve's.
Yeah. Let me see something I'm reading about here now. Okay. Let me see. Okay, we'll do this one next. Flora. She's from Australia, I think. I believe. Yeah.
What a sweet picture.
She's in. It's morning over there. I know it's morning. It's quite a difference of hours between Eastern time and my time, anyway. And by the way, folks, I'm from Canada. So, and you're from Kate. Where are you at?
I live in California.
California.
Northern California.
California. Oh, you told me, Linda G.
Yeah.
Right.
Where people sleep in. You guys get to figure it all out, and then we wake up and go, "Oh, what happened?"
How
What'd you
close?
guys take care of?
How close are you to Linda G? You walk there or something?
No, about an hour and a half drive.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. She's not
well,
far.
not far. Did you guys meet at her? Did she invite you to her home, and did you guys meet like that, or was it outside?
Linda had a private gathering, um, where she would answer questions for people that were there, a small group of people, in a store called Angel Heart for You. And my husband and I were lucky enough to have been able to get in on that. And so we met. And of course, I'd been in touch with Linda since she started her channel. So um, when I introduced myself, it was so gracious. She was so gracious and so warm, that it was like meeting an old friend. And then she had more of those. So when she sees us in the room, she's like, "I know who you are." She really encouraged me to do the dream work, to work with people, and I'm just so grateful for all of the healing that she's been able to bring in for me personally,
Yeah.
with private readings and whatnot else. So she's a beautiful spirit, and everyone loves her. That authentic
Yeah.
shining that she
Yes.
does she allows everyone else to do it too.
Hmm.
And that's part of it. There isn't any, sometimes she'll say, they tell me if I get my ego involved, then I won't have the gifts anymore. And I think she keeps herself really grounded and in check, and has a really great time doing it. And it was a couple of really wonderful evenings with Linda. But I'm lucky because it's not a long drive. So we
Okay.
would just make a day of it and
If
then go hang out with Linda.
anybody in one of my moderators have the link to Kate's channel, please post it so people can go subscribe, please.
It's different. It's hard. My dream stuff I do with Ali, so it's kind of complicated, because the stuff that I do on my channel is about being uplifted, and messages that I get that I need to share, and sharing messages of love and hope and uplifting. And so the Dream Detective channel is, and then I have shows where I'm working with Valerie from Illumination Portal, where we started a series called Refresh, so that people can come and become refreshed again, because light workers give it all away. And
Mhm.
so to bring your energy back, to let other people take care of you, to allow you to have that time of zen or quiet, or acceptance of the energies that we share together, is just a really important part of being a light worker. I know so many that are
Yeah.
exhausted. They go through the week and then they're exhausted. So I wanted to give something back to everyone where they could come and relax, and be appreciated, and be told thank you for what you do. And it's called Refresh. And so we're doing one Friday night next week, where we can introduce you to your angels. We're going to ask for the angel names. But that is, I may have met you and Linda's reading at Angel Heart. Is that right?
Yeah. That's
I
what it
just,
says.
I just saw that. I was so busy just chattering, going on and on and on.
Yeah, I put it up on screen there. Yeah.
Did we meet at Linda's in Benicia? So
Probably. Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. It was a fun evening. Very fun evening.
It's funny when I'm doing reading, it doesn't drain me, it energizes me. Put it that way. And other people, if you feel drained, it's because whoops, I don't know, it's something you have to take care of yourself
I
because
know. I get really jazzed too. It's like my husband has to peel me off the ceiling. Come on now.
come
Come
on
on back
down, the price is
now.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Come
That's
on down, the
awesome.
price is right. Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on back.
Okay, so we'll move on to, yeah, she was asking, I have a vivid dreams with messages the other day. I dreamt that I was buying houses for my family and some friends in need. Where did the money come come from? uh, hmm. Hmm.
So my immediate thoughts are that you have a very generous and beautiful heart,
Yeah, of
that
course.
you want to care for your family, you want to provide them safety and security and a home. There's nothing more beautiful than finding your home, to coming home, and for your friends and your family to be able to provide that for them and to have that outpouring and that outstretched generosity. It is you giving to them. It isn't money. This isn't monetary. This isn't about
It's not about houses.
um
It's not
yeah,
about. It's
yeah,
about
it's not
love,
about
sharing of
sharing your
love.
love.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what.
it's
Yeah,
really beautiful. What a beautiful dream.
yeah,
And what a beautiful heart. Thank you for sharing your heart. Thank you for caring for all of them.
yeah.
It's really quite beautiful.
And the houses represent each individual. Your your body is your home.
Hmm.
Put it that way.
The parts of you.
Your body honor your home, honor. That's what you. That's what it represents anyway. So it's not a
Yeah.
house like a building, but it's more like home, a body, or a unique person, honoring them with the body. Oh my God, everything's flying about. I'm doing this. Yeah. Okay. That's enough. Okay. So I hope that resonated with you, Laura. And thank you so much for your question.
Question,
So let me
yes.
see. We have to get a. The other one was show Lisa. Okay, that we answered already. We have Diana. Diane.
Diana?
Yeah. Hi, Ron Kate. I want to know if my court case will rule in my favor and also will like I'm not a legal expert on that. I'm not a lawyer, so it's pretty hard to, if you want advice on that, you should go see an expert on that. So this is
What
for
I'm learning.
entertainment purposes only. So it's like medical questions. I don't really answer that, but uh, will what I'm learning and setting up for future
Huh.
which will allow me long-term success. Mhm.
Hmm. That's interesting.
But always get advice from people that are experts in that field, because I'm not a lawyer or legal questions like that.
Very interesting. Okay, I was hoping for a yes or no on the court case.
Hmm. But sometimes,
Yeah, sometimes they don't come in that way.
well, I picked a great card for you. Uh, there's new development, new growth, the Ace of Wands. That's the
Yeah.
only card I'm going to pull. Okay. And what that tells me is there's new development in your case.
Mm-hmm.
And and it's beneficial for you. Okay. But like I said, I'm not a lawyer. This is for entertainment purposes only.
Right.
So, so anyway,
Do you want me to go ahead then?
yeah, go ahead.
The first thing that I got was sound healing, healing tones, self-expression, and music.
Yeah.
I don't know if what you are going into, if your case is involving something around music, around your self-expression, your ability to experience something in a musical way. Music is just so spiritual, though. I can't imagine what a court case could do with the music. But the very next one that comes up is a pole shift, a change of heart, a turnaround, or a reversal. So even though you may end up having some sort of change, I think there's going to be a change in what's going on in your court case, and that it could flip things around another way. That is surprising and unexpected. A change of heart, a turnaround, a reversal. And then finally, what I got for you is higher learning, education, research, apprenticeship. So I'm not really sure if this is a career that you're going into, that you're planning for, where you'll need instruction, where you'll need a cooperation of others to help you to develop that career, or new a new career. So apprenticeship, research, education, higher learning. But she looks pretty comfortable standing up on top of those books. So whatever it is that you're planning on doing, I would imagine that you have a knack for it, that you have an ability that's natural to move into that, or otherwise you wouldn't be called to it. So reach out to those in that cooperative learning experience. Maybe you're going to meet some new people. And on the court case, I think it's going to have a turn. It's going to turn at some point, move a different direction. And if you could let me know in the chat what you resonate with this healing, if you have healing to be done, perhaps what they're talking about is the soothing healing qualities of being in touch with music, allowing it to bring you comfort and to come in and soothe you.
She says something about reversal is what I'm looking for. And
Good.
I picked Ace of Wands, and you see wands about energy directions.
Mm-hmm.
And also there, as you see the Ace of Wands, there was new growth, new development. I said it was going to be beneficial.
Right.
Okay? I agree with what Kate just said too. So I believe that, all is well. Put it that way, But that's it.
So do you see M. Steve's question?
Yes, I do.
Okay, awesome.
Well, I got Steve MC. Okay. I hope that resonated with you, Deanna.
Dion, yeah.
Deanna, yeah. Okay. This is MC. He says can't afford to retire, but I have another question here. No, that's Captain Morgan. That was Captain Morgan. This 3 months COVID shutdown was such a stretch for free time. Found lots to do around the house. I don't know if that's a question. Those. I think
I see one about him often walking the halls of a school. Do you see that?
Nope.
Doop 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 doop. Da 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 da. Do you?
My God!
Way up there by Purple Elephant.
Oh my God! I don't. What time do you see it at?
5:38. But I'm in California time.
Oh, 5:38.
So a couple hours ago.
It's 3 hours difference. So it would be 8 something. I don't think I have that. It's
okay. So if you want, I'll read it to you if you want.
Yeah.
Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Okay. He says, the dream question is, I'm often walking the halls of a school, knowing I have classes to go to, but no idea where or when the classes are or were. I have an immediate take on that. So I think that Steve is in the Akashic records, and that he is pursuing knowledge for his journey on the planet, what his life path is, what his learning needs to be, what kind of guidance is he looking for within the halls. When and where the classes are is a really human expectation. If you're in spirit, you know that it all comes in perfect timing, that is something that happens. There you go.
Yeah.
Whenever they are thinking about this, what does it mean? Yeah, it means that you have spiritual questions of learning, of experiencing. and that the guides will appear when it is time for you to know that answer. So again, it's not hide and seek, but it is also perfect timing with knowing that there's so many moving parts in your life, so many different things happening, that you are fine in what you are doing right now, and that when one of the doors opens to a classroom, that just know to go into the classroom and allow whatever to take place in the classroom from your guides, from your angels, helping you with whatever's going on in your life at the time. So looking for answers, looking for a class, looking for learning or education, the fact that it isn't a door opening means you already have everything that you need. It's already within you. It's within you. It's trusting that you are going in the right direction and believing that you have the tools and the intellect and the integrity to be able to do what you need to do at this time or whenever the dream was. And if it keeps coming back, you can ask your guides and angels to open a door because you're tired of walking the hallway. Just ask them to open the door. And, they're loving beings, and so they're going to show you what you're looking for. Even if what you're looking for isn't like, on a billboard somewhere or isn't like right in front of you. I mean, that is the mystery of spirit, is understanding that the connection is there. You've made the connection. You're aware that you're walking. So at that point, ask for the door to be open. If you feel that is something you need. It's kind of hard to do when it's a chat question, because there's so many questions that I want to ask, like, is there something up in your life? Is something bothering you? Is there a circumstance that you'd like to change? Are you confused about a relationship? The fact that there's nothing in the hallways, to me, says you're doing just fine. You're fine, that you've got what you need, and to keep going. But if you don't like that dream, you can always ask for another one. I mean, that's the beauty of it. They will give it to you in another form. They're trying to give you information, they'll give it to you in another form.
I also think that when your plate is full, when you have a full plate, it's not time to receive answers. You know what I mean? Yeah. They'll give you the answer when it's time, and you're doing what you need to do. Time has to evolved.
Yeah.
And when you need to know, they'll let you know. And I'm telling you for sure, it's a guarantee. They'll let you know by any means they can. They will let you know. So
yeah.
I wouldn't worry about that, or I wouldn't stress about that. The dream. But it's just like somebody. How can I put it? You know, when you get perceptions of something coming up later on, it's like I don't know.
Premonition?
Yeah, something like that. It's in the dream, but okay, but it's only to advise you that we will be there. We will teach you. We will notify you when.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I used to have times in my life where I would wake up in the morning and I would have been crying all night long. In my sleep, I was crying all night long. And I wouldn't remember the dream. I would just get up and go throughout the day and wash the tears off my face. And the next night I would have the same experience where I would wake up and the tears would be all over, just a downpour of crying. And then about 3 days after that, I would discover something very sad that was taking place in my life, whether it was, my kitty had died or a friend of mine had passed away or whatever it was. And I honestly think that they were comforting me ahead of time, so that when the actual event was revealed, that a lot of those tears had already been spilled. A lot of that sadness had already been released, and had been released in the comfort of my angel's arms, in the comfort of my my guides so that they could help me with that.
He says in one of the dreams, knew what the class was I signed up for, just didn't know how to get there. Yeah, of course. But you know, everything is for a reason, and everything can be explained one time when the
Right.
time comes. So I say, if I need to know something, I'll know it. If I don't need to know, well, I'm not going to worry.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
not going to
well,
worry about it.
I don't remember my dreams. I don't worry about it and say, geez, I'm not like the other people. I am not like like other people. But when the time comes when I need to know, I'm sure it's going to happen.
Well,
And
and you know what's interesting too, Ron, is I had a dream like 45 years ago
yeah,
that it finally made sense about 2 weeks ago. I mean,
right,
so sometimes this stuff takes time to really brew and come out and make itself clear. And I wish that I had known things back then. It could have saved me a lot of grief, but I didn't. So, and I didn't pay attention to it. So, it really is.
I'm just
It's all
amazed.
just perfect timing.
I'm just amazed. Captain Morgan says talking about a blue butterfly. Guess what I have in my neck?
Oh
Right
my
here.
gosh.
A
That's beautiful.
blue butterfly. That's a blue
Yeah.
butterfly I have in my around my neck.
Wow.
So you know, energy is energy. So
Yeah.
I hope that answered your question, and Steve. So this is more Captain Morgan. Finally, Captain Morgan. Yeah. So he said I had a dream and was in a huge building with lots of security. I was in line, and the lady at the counter gave me a small oval shaped device. I think there's another part to that question, eh? Um, let me see. Uh, I think Ralph, Tracy
Yes.
Ralph, the question is two parts, Ron. Uh, the device is loaded with credits to purchase things. So the first question was
Yeah.
the lady at the counter gave me a small oval shaped device. And the other part was the device is loaded with credits to purchase things. Okay. So,
Well, do you want me to
that's,
jump in?
yeah, yeah, because I'm going, yeah,
Oh, this is interesting. Okay.
interesting
So
for sure.
the high rise with lots of security, the building is a representation of Captain Morgan. So are you feeling like you need to protect something within you? Are you protective? Are you private? Are you shielded or shielding yourself from something that is of concern? So the shields are up, like Star Trek, shields up, red alert,
Yeah,
and that you are moving to a counter where a lady gives you an oval shaped white object. White to me always represents something sacred, always represents something spiritual. So the shape of it, to me, immediately came to mind an egg, or an egg-like uh, object, which allowed you to spend lots of credits. You've been given a gift that is going to generate and go out from you in ways that you may not know. And so this gift, this spiritual gift, I'm giving you this potential abundance type of generosity, a share. It's really interesting because the building doesn't make sense with the gift of the credits, because the building is enclosed and is being secured. So perhaps what they're trying to explain is that with this gift of credits, It's okay to become more open, to become more free, to become the generosity flowing between you and those around you and the spirit world. Yeah, I think you've been given something quite precious. So only you'll know what in your heart that is, and it'll be interesting if you let us know. Let us know if you dream again that you're no longer inside the building, if you're out in a field, or if you're out in a meadow, or even by a river. Because I think the connections that you have, people, life, relationships, that this is an opportunity to share that white oval abundance. And abundance can be many things. Abundance can be laughter. It can be sitting with someone who is grieving and just sitting there with them. Abundance can be, going into a place and meeting new people and everyone having a great, great time. Abundance doesn't necessarily have to be monetary. So when we celebrate the abundance of, I have to watch my giving to people. Yes. So you're getting confirmation that this is exactly what's happening, is that you have this gift to connect with people and share that abundance. They have to be willing to receive it as well. So the discernment of allowing it to go out, freely allowing it to go out, is the gift. You don't worry where it lands. Don't worry what they do with it. Let it come out and let it go where it needs to go, because that's what spirit does. It's like the wind, and where it carries it, we're not gonna have to know. We're just gonna know it's gonna go there.
Well, I have exactly what you were saying, something about protecting what you have, your assets, because you're in the building. But I have something. Oh wow! That little device that you got at the counter. Okay, I'm gonna put myself here.
Whee!
Yeah. That little device that lady handed to you. It's funny. I don't make any. I don't know what it makes sense to you, or I'm trying to. What the hell does that mean? You said it's something about credits, something about buying. You see, buying credits with that device to purchase credits to purchase things. And the funny thing, Jesus, I'm trying to. I mean, I'm trying to analyze this thing, and I don't understand it. Maybe you do in your intuitive environment, Captain Morgan. It's
Mhm.
like you walked into that building, you were standing in line to receive this oval package, which gives you credit towards purchasing things. It's like I got that. Yeah, that Kate said a gift, and I'm saying that it's like uh, you have the knowledge or the information to invent something. That's how invent something, that you invented something, and that's why you receive that, to be able to distribute it to. Uh, I don't know. I don't know if that resonates. It's like you're on the verge of in a dream, ready to. You know what I mean? You have the energy or the ability to download some information, would create an invention of some sort that will help other human beings. Put that way. Why I'm getting this, I don't know. And it says, Captain Morgan says, it does make sense to me. There you go. Because it does to me. I just wonder why would you tell me something about inventing something, or either it's like I saw like like getting downloads or something, or be able to take that information and create an invention with it.
Hmm.
It's like a divine intervention or divine, and yeah. So yeah, well, he says it makes sense to me. I don't know, but I mean, I couldn't figure it out because he was receiving a package, but it's like just be able to distribute his, what you said, wealth around, but it's also involved in invention.
Hmm.
That's why he received that, especially him.
Hmm.
It's like it was a gift.
Kind of also sounded like Fifth Element, you know? How many credits?
Yeah, how many credits? Oh, boy.
Yeah, look out for little obelisks. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm
anyway,
just teasing. I'm just teasing. It was a beautiful dream. It's a beautiful dream.
oh
And
my
and
God.
you can
I
always go
okay, I
go
can't
back
make this
in.
stuff. I can't make this stuff. Look what his comments are. He says, I do have a few inventions on my
Yeah.
mind for
There
years.
you go. There you go.
How the hell do I pick that up? I
I don't
don't
know.
know, but you can't make that up. But that's
Yeah.
how. I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't know this person personally.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's
And,
right.
and he
Yeah.
gave me a feeling that about an invention, something like that. What I'm trying to figure out what the hell doesn't. You know, it makes sense to him, but to me it does. I don't
Right.
know.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
there you
No,
go.
it's wonderful.
Oh my God. Thank you for sharing that. Every
Yeah.
morning.
That
Thank
was
you.
wonderful.
Yeah. So yeah, Amanda says she says I'm on fire tonight. Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, I really do. But that's because Kate is here. That's why. You know,
Aw,
Kate
you're
is
so sweet. Oh
yeah.
my gosh. There is a good, there is
There you
a
go. That's what he
mountain.
said. He says, I also wanted to build a circular concrete building that is safe for the homeless.
Oh,
You know what I mean? I felt something. I felt something that would aid
there you go.
humanity, and he just said that which is thumbs up. You know, I really agree with that. I support you 100%.
Yeah,
The whole universe is supporting you anyway. So
right.
yeah, wow.
Did
So
we
that
have
was
do
amazing.
we have another question?
Uh I think somebody else asked a question just a while ago, and I think it's going to be the last one because
Okay.
I
Wait,
think
I did see a request to send healing energy to Cat Mama's friend.
okay.
Okay. So
Uh,
that
oh my gosh, okay, Ron? Can you? We say yes. Everybody send some healing light and love to my friend Mildred, who has brain cancer. She
mhm.
just got a blood clot in her right leg yesterday.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
These human vessels that we're in sometimes can cause us such heartache. So sending you comfort too, Cat Mama. Sending you comfort so that you can be strong
yeah.
and be her angel by her side.
And
So
I'm setting her in a bubble of light protection.
yeah,
Your friend, so anyway.
beautiful. Yeah.
I understand you because I lost friends to cancer and things like that, you know. So even though I was healed, it's like a miracle to me, healed. Uh, but actually, I couldn't give the healing energy to somebody else that I want, you know. I want my friend to keep on living 9 years of
Right.
cancer treatments, chemo. Oh my
Wow.
God. Saw
That's a
this.
long time.
That's a long time, 9 years.
That's a long time.
And then the time I had, it's like a brotherly like communication with him and everything. So I mean, I had that time, so I'm grateful for that, and I think he enjoyed his journey with me. Uh, and he's on the other side now, but but I know he's well, and that's what I couldn't give it to him because I think that we sign contracts before we come here. So if our contract says, now this is your time, this is the time you're going to transit.
Yep.
There's nothing another person can do.
Yes.
So,
That's right.
But it's to share the loving, the space, comforting that we can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
That's
anyway,
right.
yeah. So, so Captain Morgan says, I was just looking at Frank Lloyd Wright Homes for Sale last night. Geez, you can't make this stuff up. I don't know how I pick it up, but I do.
Yeah.
It's strange the way it comes to me. It's just, I mean, they really, really impressed me with that stuff. Yeah. Anyway, I said thank you to them. So I thank them also for sharing that information with me. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, I think we have one more question, and that is Be Free wants to. She said, "Hey Ron, do you see a new relationship for me this year?"
Let's see.
Mhm.
So maybe this is a good time for me to just share my thoughts on asking a question and then allowing it to become real. Because I know sometimes we want to hear a certain answer. And then you get an answer and maybe it's one that you go, well, I'm not really sure that's right. I'm going to ask that question again. So the minute that you ask the question again, you've introduced doubt into the energy of the question, and that can shift the answer. So I would hope that we can all understand that once you have an answer, trust it, believe it, allow it to become fluid, allow it to become real, to manifest, and then let the doubt run away. Just throw that out. Just let it go. don't doubt the answer.
Well, I believe that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm picking up that maybe she has a lot more work to do. Like, when you need to clean your closet, let go of the old stuff because you're still hanging on to old ways of how do you put old ways of thinking, old ways of doing stuff, and it doesn't serve you. Really doesn't.
Right.
And you need to shift your focus a little bit, focus and adjust the radio frequency in a way where it serves you. And I think that's why you might be still living and hanging on to, because I got the 5 of Cups. That's the loss. Whatever happened in the past, the loss and everything. If you're bringing it into a new relationship, you're still going to create karmic crap. You don't want that. You don't want to attract that stuff. You want to get away from it. But first thing, uh, have a great relationship with yourself first.
Yes.
And then you can have a relationship with the whole world after that.
Yes.
So
Absolutely. So be free. I got don't forget your umbrella. I'm not sure if that's a reference to Mary Poppins. But it
Yeah.
says foresight, preparedness, contingency plan. Okay, so it sounds like like it's complementing what Ron just was talking about, becoming aware and prepared. The next card that I got was Celestial Encounter, heavenly from the stars, from beyond the veil. So that is, to me, a possibility that there's someone you love that is reaching out to you from across the veil, someone that maybe you're holding on to, rather than, oh gosh, it's just such a hard experience. Perhaps you've lost someone and you're now willing to take a chance
Mm-hmm.
on something new. And so that relationship is, uh, in some ways, a supportive one for you to say, for them to say, it's okay. Go ahead and go for this. Go ahead and do this. Be happy. Be in love. Fall in love. Dance. Sing. Twirl. Do all the things that you want to do. And that information coming from the other side is supportive for you to be able to do those things, to have your heart lifted, and to come out of a place of sadness. And then the last card that I have is the bird's eye view, seeing the bigger picture, a higher perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So when the opportunity comes up, because you've been through stuff, you'll have that wisdom, you'll have that perspective that says, wait a minute, I've been down this road before. I'm not really sure that I want to do that, because there's signs coming to me that say, uh-oh, this record's on repeat. And that experience of coming to the other side helps you to grow your heart, helps you to grow your life experience, so that when the right person does present themselves, for you to have a blast, and that will love you and encourage you and be there for you. That it'll be marvelous. It'll be wonderful. I'm not seeing that it's very fast. But Spirit has mysteries for all of us. So enjoy your time, enjoy your life, with or without, so that when it is, it's icing on the cake. It's just that much better. It's that much sweeter. So
Don't ever,
best of luck to you. Be free. Yeah.
don't ever forget that you have the experience already. You don't need to go through that stuff or bring the old stuff with you. It's time to change completely. Let go of that stuff. And you do have the discernment. You have the
Yes.
experience and use your discernment. Even I would say stop running after it.
Yeah. Let it come to you.
Let it come to you. Because the more you run after it, the frigging thing runs away. And then the frigging thing will get you say, Jesus. And then what you do, you lower your value and you accept anything that comes your way, gives you a little bit of attention.
Yeah.
That's where we put
Yeah.
ourselves into a victim mode and
Yeah.
we get smacked. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've been there. Yeah, I got whacked. I got whacked. Yeah. Well, whack wasn't the word for it because, in my experience, uh, how can I put it? I was, when you're a child, the little boy, the little girl, whatever, and you living in, you get abused. Uh, you grow up with this sensation that, well, you know, you're looking for love. That's what you wanted from first of all, when you were young and you didn't get it. So what do? You grow up and then you run after love to get a little bit of attention, and then you get whacked several times until you learn your lesson. And that's because that little boy, that little girl needs your attention. And the only person to give it to is you. Nobody else can can heal that little boy, that little girl inside you until you acknowledge that you need to take care and love yourself, and everything starts by you. So the next thing I went through a hell of a lot of relationships, and a lot of, oh my God, in love over my head. I didn't know what the hell I was doing anyway. So then then when it's all over, what the hell was I doing with this person? You go, wow, what the hell? I mean, I was blind, but I did have quite a shock, because I did have an ex-girlfriend, uh, about, I'd say about 35, 40 years old. And she was a teacher for young kids. And she had a little girl. It wasn't my little girl. It was somebody else. It was with somebody before, and she committed suicide.
The little girl did?
No,
The
the
mother did.
yeah. And my God, did it ever shock the hell out of me? It completely uh, mind blowing. I didn't get any help from psychiatrists. I took it all on myself, and you question yourself. Well, maybe I should have done this, or maybe I should have been there, or maybe lucky I wasn't living with her, but I did. It stuck with me for years and years, almost 30 years, and wondering why did she commit suicide. I was giving her everything she wanted, everything, and then I got a reading from, I'll tell you who it was. It was Debbie Freebird. So Debbie Freebird, I asked a question, and it was somebody else also, another reader, and that person came that showed herself, and they were telling me they were seeing her full of holes all over the place and saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I was hanging on to that stuff, you know. And then uh, then they explained to me, well, it doesn't matter how much love that you were giving her, if she couldn't hang on to it because she was full of holes. Like it's like pouring water in a cup that's full of holes. You can't hold the water in it. Okay,
Right.
made me understand. I didn't know things about her. I don't know what happened to her. It was before I knew her, and that was her sole uh, contract to leave this earth, and there's nothing I could do about it. So,
That's
and it
right.
helped me heal. Okay,
Yes. Yeah, it
it
does.
helped me heal, and that I had to go through, and I had all this time. That's after I had that reading from these people. I started my channel. So imagine that, and I'm here.
It's
But
beautiful. Be
but at the time, I said, never again will I ever have another relation with another one. I don't want anybody. I was so in fear. I was like really screwed up mentally. I saw that her all over the place. She appeared all over. I thought I even walked behind somebody and tapped on the shoulder, and it wasn't her.
wow.
I mean, I like
Yeah,
hallucination. Uh,
sure.
I I was unbalanced, sick, mentally sick. I was sleeping on the floor instead of sleeping in my bed.
Wow.
Uh, I I don't know. I'm in a I doing a lot of relation, and imagine that police called me. I had was interrogated. They they had suspected that was something to do, but I didn't. It was proven that I had nothing to do with it because I wasn't there anyway. Uh,
Yes.
Everything like that. Uh, she left a note, and all this explained that she left a note when she did that. The only thing is the one thing I couldn't understand is, well, I understand it today. She committed suicide where I took her fishing on a boat, like a rented boat, like a like a where your paddles are not a motorboat, but go around the lake and fishing. She committed
Mhm.
suicide right there where we were the last time. She was happy with me. And
Mhm.
that freaked me out. It did. But at first I didn't understand. But that was the place where she felt happy. And
Yes.
she had to commit suicide where she felt the last time where she felt this happiness sharing with me.
Right.
It wasn't because of me. She didn't commit suicide because of me.
No.
So
No. Yeah.
it really screwed my head, my mental health
Love that.
bad.
Love that.
But I survived.
Mhm.
See what I mean? I survived. And then what happened when I didn't want any relationship, a relationship came to me, and I've been married 32 years now with that person. And I didn't meet her in a bar, and I didn't meet her at a club or anything. I met her in a moving van. I actually, you know how spirit is, comes to you in special ways. The way
Yeah.
that it came to me, is I knew somebody. So this guy I knew with his girlfriend invited me. I said to come with them to a place to help uh, do some moving somebody. Okay, and I actually went to this person's place, and it was her sister, my wife's sister, that was moving, and I helped. That's the way I am. I'm like that. I help people, so I don't matter if I know them or not. If so, I went to that person's place and started moving from her house into the truck,
Yes.
moving van truck. It was about a 16-footer. Anyway, so the story goes, I met her sister in the moving van, and she watched me work, and she said she was impressed by, oh my God, the the way I was, like she saw me. She never saw anybody so giving, so loving, so generous, and she was seeing that in a complete stranger. So
Wow.
she was attracted to me, and I was attracted to her. But I didn't. I To me it was more like, okay, it's friendship. It wasn't
Mhm.
friendship because it evolved really really fast. Why it evolved really fast is because I didn't have to speak to her. All I had to do was look at her and see, Jesus, I know this person. It's like I knew her before. We know each other. Like I was blowing my mind, and I felt secure
Mhm. Right.
and the trust. So all
Mhm.
my little blah, 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 they flew away. And how can I, I can't avoid. She's so amazing. It's like an angel because because I felt so secure. She helped me heal all my soul. It was full of holes too, but maybe not as bad as my ex girlfriend had,
Right.
or it wasn't my time to transit. I had
Right.
mission to do on here,
Right.
and that's why I explain stuff like that. So it happens when you don't expect it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's the wonder of spirit.
Yeah.
How it comes and affects us when we're not expecting it. And you went through a lot there, Ron.
Yeah.
And I'm really grateful that you shared it with everyone,
Yeah.
because it is a very, very difficult thing to rise above and understand that there's a bigger plan at hand, that we do have times where we leave, and where ones that we love are going to leave. And it's unexpected. It can be really shocking. It can be very traumatic. So thank you for having the courage
Mhm.
and the authenticity to share that with us,
The
so that
funny
we
part is, the funny part after that, I mean, it took like 2 3 years, I think, with no relationship. The
sure.
hell, I accepted. I said that I'd rather, if that's it, I'd rather live my life just alone. It doesn't matter. I don't
Yeah,
care anymore. I'm not running after it. And all of
yeah.
a sudden, I went to see. Uh, it's funny, something happened. This lady, you did readings for somebody that read tea and things like that, and somebody gave me the person's name, and said, "Well, maybe." Oh, I said maybe I should go see her, you know. But she doesn't take appointments from somebody calling her up. She has to have a referral. Somebody
Awesome.
refer you to her.
Right.
So I said, okay, you can ask her. She wants to read for me and read for me. I'll go. And for $20, I think I paid. Oh my God, did she ever pour something out on me? She says, "You're going on a journey." What? It's like, you're going on a plane and you don't think you're going on a plane, but you're going on a journey. And says
Yeah.
your life is going to change like this from day to night.
Yep.
She mentioned something like that. And I said, "What the hell? What's she talking about? Oh, Jesus, it doesn't resonate with me. It doesn't." match with me because right now, what the hell? I don't have the
Yeah.
means or the money or the thing to do that.
Right.
Well, that person I met, uh, uh, I was designated as the driver of that truck to bring that truck to another city in way Alexei, which which is about 7-10 hours from here driving, and
Wow.
it was standard shift. I knew how to drive that stuff,
Hmm.
and I the other one and I moved her sister, and I was also invited to her wedding.
Oh my gosh. Isn't that something?
I mean, and that's what the journey she was talking about. And all of a sudden, my life just changed, like just on the dime, changed. Everything changed. Everything.
It can happen just so fast. Absolutely. Yeah.
You
And
know.
then there's times where we don't want it to change on a dime. We would like a little time out, please, a little calm, a little peace, a
Yeah.
little quiet. So I just wanted to mention, Ron, that Cat Mama has a request for prayers for her friend Mildred. Um,
I
some of the
think we did
requests
a
are
while ago. We did.
they're
We did
coming
her
in French.
in French.
So yeah, they're chatting in French. And
Yeah.
even my Spanish isn't that
Yeah.
great.
Je
So
vous en prie. I can read that French. I'm French too. Je vous
I
en prie.
know. You're
Yeah.
gonna have
Well.
to translate what's going on in there.
So Meow says, Captain Morgan, you speak French? Yeah, it seems
Mhm.
he's writing it right now.
Right.
He says, Je vous en prie.
Mhm.
Hmm. Yeah. So, yes, we did her prayers a while ago for her friend that has cancer.
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
was her. Yeah.
I only know a little bit of French, so I know, excusez-moi, faut que je batte. Right? Right? Excuse me, but I have to get by. You reach a certain age where, yeah, you've got to
Yeah,
get by. Okay.
I get by a little help from my friends.
Yes. And then the other thing that I know how to say is je t'aime.
Yeah.
Je t'aime, bonjour. Not much. My sister lives in France. She has a
Oh,
home in France.
okay. French from France is different than French from Quebec. I can tell you that.
Yes, look at that,
There's
yes.
there's like English, like England from England, bloody this, bloody that, bloody that. You know what I mean? That's the way English people they put bloody in every almost every
The
sentence they
yes.
speak.
You know, the British can be so bloody British.
Yeah, British bloody that.
British. Yes.
Oh, you
Yes.
bloody
So
yeah,
very posh.
posh. Yeah. Jesus. Yeah. Oh my God, Lady in Red.
Yeah.
That comes from England too. Lady in Red.
Mm.
Remember that song?
Lady in Red, yes.
Yeah.
Nice one. Yeah.
Yeah. So this was quite fun. I hope you guys all enjoyed the journey with Kate tonight. She's amazing. I
Oh,
told you.
you're too kind. You're too
Well,
kind.
you are amazing. Uh, beautiful engine. Really beautiful engine. So you know,
Mm.
I enjoy it.
Thank
Just
you.
enjoy it. Yeah.
I enjoyed it too. I enjoyed it too,
Yeah.
Ron. I hope you'll invite me back again.
Oh, I will someday in the blue moon. No, I'm always joking. But I was doing a show. What, early Friday was about the Kashik records. That was amazing. That was the second time he was on because I had my Kashik record read by him.
Hmm.
You do dreams and he does Akashic records. So it's all these people that come together, all of us, wow. And it's helping each other. We're helping each other. So
A little bit at a time. Yeah.
yeah. My story is that I got my Akashic records read and I had a life. I knew I had a life in Atlantis and I had a life in Egypt. And my story is that I was first lives in Atlantis was six lives in Atlantis. So the law of one,
Mhm.
this that spiritual connection and everything, and I had six lives, and I left Atlantis 2,000 years before they destroyed themselves. But I know intuitively, I know what they're doing over there. I don't know. It's just I just know it in my soul anyway. So I reincarnated into Egypt, which most Atlanteans did.
Hmm.
They reincarnated in Egypt and brought the spiritual teaching for into Egypt from Atlantis, the knowledge, things like that.
Right.
I was a stonecutter in Egypt.
Not
Uh,
easy work.
no, but I helped build temples and not the pyramids. That was before the pyramids. So, and I built the temple of, I think it still exists today. I had something to do with the temple of Solarius, something like that. Okay. And like Robert asked, I'm going to ask you if you were a priest. He says, no, you were the keeper. So I was the keeper of the scrolls that are still hidden under the phoenix. And then Robert said something about, well, Edward Casey talked about that. There was something hidden, like knowledge hidden under the phoenix. I didn't know. I don't know nothing. I never read Edward Casey, but my intuition was that this information. Since I was the keeper, uh, I'm not the only one, but somebody else was with me when we hid them there. Because if they fell in uh, the wrong hands,
Yes.
it could destroy the whole planet with it. Okay, and I think it was about crystals. Crystals can be a weapon, and I think
Yeah.
that Atlantis they created a weapon with
Hmm.
crystals, which you know
Yeah. Yeah.
destroy, and it could be a healing element too.
Right.
So
Yeah.
people, when they are raise their vibrations, will be able to acknowledge these, get discover these whatever is hidden there, because they'll be ready, because it's made to serve humanity and not destroy humanity, because it's really powerful. It's more powerful than nuclear weapons.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty incredible stuff.
This I'm telling you stuff like nobody read me something. It's just all intuitive. It's all in my soul speaking to me. So I don't know about I don't know how I get this, but I do. That I had no proof.
It's okay. It's all good.
Yeah,
When you do hear something and it resonates,
yeah,
it's like my daughter called recently and said that a good friend was no longer going to be available for her because she didn't understand. And what I tried to explain was that sometimes relationships are like magnets, and the magnets fit, and that energy goes click, and you're in, and it's the same energy, frequency, vibration, understanding, even journey levels within your life journey.
yeah.
And then there's other times where that magnet will just flip, and suddenly there's this. You can't get them together because there's that energy between them that causes them to push each other away. That when you flip a magnet around and you've got that feeling like, wow, what is that? I can't get that to go. Relationships can be like that right now because people are changing at different speeds. People are understanding their gifts at different times. And all we can do is reach our hands out and say, hey, I'm here if you need me. Remember that you're loved, and we'll get through this because a brighter day is right around the corner. And so, the more that we say yes to our messages that are coming in, and then take a minute and go, yeah, that's right. That's how that feels. That's good. That is what I think is, yeah, that's real. That is a sign of building the intuition gift, the confidence to be able to feel free, to be able to say that.
Hmm.
And so, you know, if it comes in, it comes in. Like the other day when they said, hey, you need to tell them that impossible is not real. Oh, sure. How am I supposed to do that? Tell them that it's impossible, it doesn't exist. Everything is possible.
Everything
Everything,
is possible.
yeah,
Everything is created from all possibilities,
all
all possibilities,
possibilities. Yeah.
in all different, unique ways of
Yeah.
energy is energy.
Yeah.
Energy creates more energy. So put it that way. It's
Yeah.
all linked together. So
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Expanding and growing and becoming more beautiful.
But
Yeah.
the crystal has a special vibration you get from crystals that really are very close to our vibrational, our soul, our DNA, or something in it that is very
It's
mm,
magical.
yeah, we're connected to that friggin' energy, and in a way that maybe we don't understand it, but I mean it's like it's you being you're geez, I was going to say you being yourself a crystal. Does that make sense? So that's like it's like it's like I was seeing a crystal here and me here, and I said, "You're both the same. You're both on vibrationally,
Yeah. Energy.
yeah, energy,
Yeah.
crystal, vibration, love, unconditional love. The whole kit is there in that. So that's why if the Atlantis people they had two groups, the Law One, and I forget the other one, the group of Bio or something. They were more material people that was grabbing lands and material stuff. There was two energies, and they clashed.
Hmm.
Okay, and they played around with things they shouldn't have been.
Shouldn't have. Yeah.
It's like, a little bit like today, play around with nuclear stuff. You can it's dangerous. It's very,
Hmm.
very dangerous.
Right.
But I'm not talking about small crystals. I'm talking big, big, big crystals where they put certain crystals together and create a weapon with it, and
Right.
it backfired on them. So
Backfired.
yeah,
We weren't ready as a planet, obviously.
obviously, I had the opportunity to leave 2,000 years before it really happened because there was tension in the air. So I
Right.
guess my journey was to go on into another whatever Egypt. And funny thing, I don't know if you guys, when you're attracted to something from the past, like objects from Egypt or something like that, it's because you've been there.
Hmm. Right.
So when
Yeah.
I see an exhibition of Egypt and these things, when I see images, I'm just pulled right in. That's because I've been there. So that's why. So if you ever notice that, and you question it, why am
Sure.
I? It's because you've been there. You had a past life there.
That's
So
right.
yeah.
That's right.
Or when you talk about it, when you talk about Atlantis or somebody, I'm vibrating at that level. Or Egypt. That's the same thing. So or things like that because I'm attracted to it. I've been there. I,
Right.
I have past lives in there. So
Right.
yeah. So yeah, we carry all cell memories, of course. And when you want to heal yourself, you think it's crazy to speak to yourselves, but you can do that. You can speak to yourselves, and they're listening.
Yes.
Okay,
The cells are.
yeah.
The cells are. Yeah. It's like my husband, when he was 8 years old, heard someone playing the piano
Yeah.
and came home and played it on his piano.
Mhm.
And when his folks got in, they said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Hey, look what I figured out." And he started playing the song. And then he said, "Now pick any key on the piano." And so they picked a key and he played the same song from any key that they put their hand on the piano at 8 years old, who had never had a music lesson in his life.
Yeah.
To me, that is someone that brought it with him.
Yeah.
At some point he had this music gift, and it's incredible that when we first met, we were watching a movie called Lady Hawk, And it was an old fantasy movie with Michelle Pfeiffer and Matthew Broderick and can't remember the other guy, Edgar Hauer, something Hauer. Anyway, he had the keyboard on the coffee table, and we were watching the movie, which he's never seen before. And all of a sudden, I realized that the music's playing an awfully long time. How come the music is still playing? And I looked down and I realized that he is the one playing the music through the sound system, and he has picked up where they have left off
Right.
and he's just watching the movie. His hands are moving across the keys,
That's
but
what
he's watching the movie and laughing at the jokes and playing along with the music of the movie that he's never seen before. So it's I totally believe that we bring our gifts in with us from the other lifetimes, that is part of the understanding of how life continues, how we continue, and how we continue to connect. So
well, children today are born with DNA that were we didn't have at the time anyway. And so they come on with amazing. They understand stuff that we don't. We're cleaning our closets.
yes,
And they don't need to do that because they already know.
they already know.
Yeah,
And
they
and that is such an encouraging thing for mankind, right? To understand that this generation that's coming in can take us into another place.
Yeah.
So our job is to build their confidence, is to love them into understanding that the gifts that they have are real and that they mean something and that they have purpose in those things, even if they're not aware of what those things are, even if we're not even aware of what those things are. But our job is to support what's coming up and to show them how to live in peace and in love and in joy at the same time. So that's just my personal, bumper sticker.
all I'm doing is my purpose is to actually open doors. It's like I'm opening doors, and giving the chance to everybody to go through that,
Yeah.
whatever you call that,
That's right.
the path
Yeah.
to. I think I would call it the path to freedom, because that's what it is. Free
Yes.
to free
Free.
every human
Yeah.
being possible that wants to go through that. Free yourself from we're attached to every friggin' thing, money, house. Let go of all. You know what I mean? I
I
don't mean,
do.
but
I
you
do.
still have to keep grounded here and do what you need to do. But I mean, the attachment. We're attached to so many friggin' things. I mean, I don't consume stuff like I used to. I don't need to. I don't
Right.
want to.
Right.
And I'm not hungry for that. Like somebody has to get a new car every friggin' year. Somebody else has a bigger television every year. I can't do that anymore. I'm not. I never did it, but I know some people that do that. You know, I need
Yeah.
a new iPhone. Every time there's a new iPhone, jump at it. This is crazy. I mean, I don't. I'm not like that, because I think you need to free yourself from all that, because this energy would just it's 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 sucking your energy out. Really is from anyway, put that
Yeah.
way. And besides that, we have let me see if I can find it again. uh These I lost it now, because Tracy Ralph says something about go home, folks. I'm tired.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, yeah, there it is. I just got it. He says, "Go home, go to bed, everyone, because I'm tired. I don't want to miss
I love that, Tracy. I just want to say thank you to everybody that was in the chat tonight, and
Yeah,
thank you for the questions and
yeah,
the beautiful support that you guys offer. It's just so tremendous. It's beautiful to have, and I keep using that word beautiful. I should probably find a different word, but the energy is so loving and supportive that
yeah.
we're so grateful for it. We're grateful for you, and thank you, Ron, again for inviting me on.
You're
It's
welcome.
been a delightful evening.
It's so comforting to be surrounded by like-minded people. They're just intuitive as I am. They're
Yeah.
just awakened as I am. There's no difference. I don't compare anybody to, so it's wonderful to be surrounded by like-minded people like you guys. I don't even find that many in my family, but we're all unique. So we're connecting through these channels. Everybody, I've seen it happen more and more. I don't know how I got into this stuff, but I did. And I was in these chats. Somebody was saying hi to me. I didn't know why I was in these chats, but I started following Linda G, started following all kinds of people, and all of a sudden, I started liking it and enjoying this stuff. And all of a sudden, now I got my face all over YouTube and telling my stories. There you go.
You are busy.
Yeah. Well, I enjoy it because that's the weird thing about it. Enjoyed it. So, well, because I know it's helping others. So it's through your comments. So the world has to come together. I have a dream. It's like I want to see the whole world come together. When we have tornadoes or earthquakes like they have in Turkey, what do you see? You see human beings all coming together to help each other. We need the whole world to be like that,
Yes.
not just when you have an earthquake, or not just when you have tornadoes, or not
Yeah.
just when you're flooded. You need it every day to
Every
come
day.
together,
Everyone.
help each other in every way you can, and share love instead of hate, instead of pointing fingers. I don't like you because you're not like me. What the hell is that? I mean,
I know. I
gee,
know.
yeah. So
Yes. Yeah. Love
anyway,
is,
going to say good night to everybody, and thank
yeah.
you so much for all your support. And don't forget to check Dream Detective Kate. Oh, I was going to say, look, dude,
Yeah. So there you go.
there you go. And this one lights up too.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's nice.
See that?
That's awesome.
Yeah. So,
There it goes. Yeah. Thanks again, Ron. Love is
okay.
always the answer.
Yeah, just
So
hang on. I'm going to shut
everyone
down
be
the
well.
live.
Yes.
Uh, so thank you, everybody. And don't forget the thumbs up
Yeah.
and share, subscribe, and like. It doesn't cost any money. Just thank you for all your support. I love you guys. Much love, and take care of each other. Okay.
Yep. Sweet dreams.
Yeah, sweet dreams.